And boys and girls, I'd like to remind you that today you're invited to run the races here at Bethpage Ballpark, brought to you by Bethpage Federal Credit Union. We will let you know when and where to line up so that you can run the races after today's ball game between the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and your Long Island Ducks.
Oh my god! It's like all caliber is That's so funny, right? I think they whoa.
The opener of the Trouttown Fan Can is one of the greatest ways to enjoy a Long Island Ducks game this season. It's located on the left-field side of the upper concourse. The Trouttown Fan Can features 12 luxurious, dream-seat, theater-style padded seats for maximum comfort, air conditioning for those hot summer days, and food and drink is also included in the package. Make sure to visit the Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk in the upper concourse behind home plate to find out how you can book your next outing in the Trouttown Fan Can here at Bethpage Ballpark. And fans, don't forget in the spirit of safety, the Long Island Ducks would like to remind you to please stay alert at all times because thrown or bagged objects may be very, very dangerous.
Soda, water, iced tea, Gatorade.
The P seats are together. What's your number?
What? Drinks here. Water, soda, iced tea, Gatorade. What? Drinks here.
The P seats are together. One
22.
And don't forget, boys and girls, the Long Island Ducks Summer Baseball Clinics are coming up fast for the 2016 baseball season, brought to you by Stop and Shop. And what could be better than learning new skills from your favorite Long Island Duck players and coaches out here in the field, right here in the field in front of you. Official pitcher receive an official clinic hat and t-shirt. Now the first 3-day session will be Thursday, July the 28th through Saturday, July the 30th. The second 3-day session is August the 11th through August the 13th. To get more information, make sure that you visit the Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk located on the upper concourse behind home plate, or you can check it out at liducks.com. That's liducks.com. The Long Island Ducks Summer Baseball Clinic for 2016, July 28th through July the 30th, or August the 11th through August the 13th.
34. The numbers are all still the same, just different letters. 202? What row are you? No, I know where I am. I'm going back where I was. Thank you. I'm going back to where I was.
What did James have to do?
You just don't change it.
Well, when James comes out, wait for him. You know where the seat's perfect every time in the living room. It don't matter. You can have all.
He's gonna say, don't say that to him. He's gonna say it. Little man.
I'll wait for James to come.
I don't really want to have a.
Dad, we need you to like get me to this.
You're right. Come here, baby. Come here, my baby. Come here.
Why is he upset?
Let's eat now, Bubby, okay?
And baseball fans.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt of third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the
punts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks Northwell Health Southside Hospital pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And today it's the finale of a 4-game series and the final game of a 7-game homestand for the Ducks as they take on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Pollack. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for all of today's action. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball and online at liducks.com. We thank you so much for tuning in for what should be another good game of baseball between these Ducks and Blue Crabs. Ducks have been dominating the season series thus far against Southern Maryland. To this point, they have won all 6 games against the Blue Crabs, their former division foes, although Southern Maryland now plays over in the Freedom Division. And in addition to that, the Ducks have outscored the Blue Crabs total in this series, 46-22. And that includes yesterday when the Ducks swept a day-night doubleheader, taking Game 1, a 7-inning game, by a 9-5 score, and then Game 2 by a 9-2 margin. Let's recap Game 1 as we start off here on the pregame show. Ducks fell into an early hole as Duck starter Bruce Kern fell victim to an early error made by Sean Burrows of the second batter of the game, Darby Myers, reaching on an overthrow from Burrows. And then the floodgates opened, an infield single by Zach Wilson followed Jamar Walton with an RBI single. 2 batters later, a sac fly from John DeZamba, and then a 2-run double from Brian Nelson. All told, 4 unearned runs on 3 hits and an error in the inning. And the Ducks were behind early 4-0. But then the charge came. Bottom of the first inning, the homer barrage started for the Ducks. In yesterday's doubleheader, with 1 out, Dan Lyons lined a solo home run over the left field wall. It was his second of the year that brought the Ducks to within 4-1. 2 innings later, with 1 out, Phelan Lentini drew a walk against Blue Crab starter Sean Garceau, the former Duck. Dan Lyons followed with a single, and then Lou Ford lifted a 3-run home run over the left field wall, his third of the season, and that made it a 4-4 ball game. An inning later, after a leadoff single from Cody Puckett, Blake T. Cody reached on a 6-4 fielder's choice, went to second on an overthrow from the second baseman John DeZamba, and 2 batters later scored on an RBI single to right from Anthony Vega that put the Ducks in front 5-4. Blue Crabs would tie the game with 2 outs in the 5th inning as Jamar Walton hit an opposite field solo home run to left. That would be the final batter Kern would face. He would come on to strike out Quan Jen Chen and would end up getting the win because in the bottom of the 5th inning, Dan Lyons and Lou Ford hit back-to-back singles to lead off the frame. A single by Tyler Colvin followed, so the Ducks had the bases loaded, nobody out. Sean Burrows would hit into a double play, but it would score Lyons from third, and Cody Puckett would follow with a 2-run home run to left, his third of the year. And so 3 runs in the inning gave the Ducks an advantage of 8-5, and they would add 1 more in the 6th inning on a 2-out solo home run to left by Phelan Lentini. All told, 4 home runs in the game for Long Island, and they won it 9-5 with 12 hits, out-hitting Southern Maryland 6 hits. Each team had 1 error and left 3 men on base. The game took an hour and 59 minutes. Patrick Kreider with the win improved to 1-0. The loss to Sean Garceau, who dropped to 1-2, and there was no save in front of 4,501 here at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take a break on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll recap the second game, a 9-2 victory for Long Island.
And you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark as we prepare for Game 4 of this 4-game series. Ducks trying to sweep the Blue Crabs for the second time this year. They've taken each of the first 3 games, and the most recent of those games came in Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. After the Ducks took Game 1 9-5 in 7 innings in the opener of the Twin Bill, the Ducks and Blue Crabs retook the field for Game 2 on Saturday night, and this time the Ducks did not have to play from behind it from the get-go, as they would take an early lead. As in the bottom half of the first inning, Phelan Lentini reached on an infield single to second, stole second base, was sacrificed to third by Dan Lyons, and came home on an RBI single to third from Lou Ford. That gave the Ducks a 1-0 advantage. The homer party would continue in Game 2 as Blake T. Cody led off the second inning with a solo homer to right off of Blue Crab starter Tim Sexton, who would last just 4 innings. Ducks took a 2-0 lead on that. A single by Dowd, who went to second on an error from Garcia, put a runner at second with nobody out. And eventually he would move to third on a ground out from Anthony Vega and score on a wild pitch. So the Ducks had a 3-0 lead after 2 innings. In the top of the fourth, the Blue Crabs began on a scoreboard as Zach Wilson hit a solo home run to straightaway center off of Ducks starter Darren Downs, who was spectacular last night. But the Ducks would respond again. In the bottom of the fourth, Cody Puckett a leadoff double to right field. 2 batters later, Mike Dowd was hit by a pitch. That would set the stage for Anthony Vega, who lifted a deep 3-run home run over the right field wall, first of the year for Vega, and the 6th of the day for Long Island, and they jumped in front at that point 6-1. A run in the 5th inning for the Blue Crabs following a double from Nelson, a fielder's choice ground out by John DeZamba, and then an RBI single from Steve Lombardozzi made it a 6-2 game. But in the bottom of the 6th inning, a walk to Puckett, a single to Blake T. Cody opened the inning, and after the next 2 batters were retired, Matt Wessinger, a 2-run double to center. That put the Ducks in front at that point by an 8-2 margin. The final run coming in the 7th when Dan Lyons hit his second home run of the day, a leadoff solo shot to left. 7 home runs total in the 2 games for Long Island, nearly doubling their season output. They had 8 coming into the game, now with 15. The Ducks won it 9-2, 10 hits for each team. Blue Crabs committed the only 2 errors of the game. They left 9 on base while the Ducks left 2. Winning pitcher for Long Island, Darren Downs, struck out 8 for the first time since 2011 and allowed just 2 runs on 8 hits over those 7 innings. He improves to 2-1. Tim Sexton, the loss, fell to 0-1. The game took a brisk 2 hours and 32 minutes in front of 5,887 at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take another break, and when we come back here on the pregame show, we'll preview today's matchup, a good pitching matchup, an alliteration matchup. It's Bobby Blevins for the Ducks and Brian Burris for the Blue Crabs.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
We are just getting ready for this afternoon's game between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Final game of this 7-game homestand for Long Island that started with the Ducks losing 2 of 3 to the Somerset Patriots. They have since won 3 in a row against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, so they are 4-2 on this homestand. They have guaranteed themselves a winning homestand and trying to end it today with a 4-game sweep of the Blue Crabs and improve to 7-0 in the season series against Southern Maryland. Ducks enter today at 14-8 on the year, and thanks to Somerset's loss last night in which they blew an 8-2 lead to the Lancaster Barnstormers at home, Ducks have closed to within 2.5 games in the Liberty Division standings, closing within 4 games of ground essentially over the last week or so. Meanwhile, Southern Maryland is absolutely reeling. They have fallen to 6-17 in this first half of the season. They are now 8 games in back in the Freedom Division, behind the first place team in the Freedom Division, the York Revolution, who are 14-9, 1 game ahead of the Sugarland Skeeters. So Southern Maryland reeling. They have lost 4 in a row and will try and get back in the win column today. Well, we mentioned it's an alliteration matchup on the mound this afternoon. For the Ducks, right-hander Bobby Blevins will take the mound. 1-1 on the year, a 3.48 ERA through 4 starts. He was the starter in the first game of this homestand and took the loss, allowing 4 runs, all earned on 7 hits in 5 2/3 innings to the Patriots. Prior to that, he had allowed 3 earned runs or less in his first 3 outings. So he is looking to get back on the winning track, earn the win here over Southern Maryland. A 6-4 win back on April 28th, opening night with 5 innings of 3-run ball. Only 1 of those runs was earned. On the other side for the Blue Crabs, left-hander Brian Burris will take the mound. The lefty 1-2 on the year with a 3.43 ERA through 4 starts on the season. He earned the win his last time out, also pitching on Tuesday. That was on the road in Lancaster, an 8-4 win for the Blue Crabs. He threw 5 innings of 1-run ball, allowing 3 hits, did walk 4, and struck out 3. Prior to that, though, had lost 2 of his first 3 outings. However, for Burris, he has not allowed more than 3 earned runs this year, and definitely of the 4 pitchers the Ducks seeing in this series, he has had the most success of them. So the Ducks will certainly have their work cut out for them today as they try for the 4-game sweep of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and then the first pitch of this afternoon's game between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time. He reaches up. It's gone! Great value every time. And the Ducks have won it 7-1. The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, Ducks are taking the field here on this Sunday afternoon for the final game of this 4-game series between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Ducks going for the 4-game sweep. Blue Crabs trying to salvage the finale of this 4-game set. And an afternoon in which the temperature certainly has dropped following some rain that came through the area, though thankfully for the most part missed us here yesterday. So a little bit cooler out. The sun, which was out for most of the morning, has since gone behind the clouds. And so a little bit of a cloudy afternoon at this point. But hopefully that sun will peek back through, warm things up a little bit for these two teams as they close out this 4-game series. So while the Ducks are on the field, they're being joined by a bunch of different groups in attendance today. The Dream Teams for today now taking the field to join their heroes. Out along the baseball diamond are the Lindenhurst American Little League and Mastic Sports Club Mets. The color guards on the field this afternoon. Over at first base is Scout Pack 374 from Levittown. And around at third base is Pack 318. That is from Levittown as well. So a bunch of the kids out on the field getting ready for today's game, and our national anthem is about to be performed by a group clad in green t-shirts, matching green t-shirts from the Tanger Smith Elementary School. We're just about ready for that anthem as the Ducks and the Blue Crabs that are not out in the field have already lined up along the first and third base side of the field. Fans being asked to rise. A very nice crowd in attendance on this Sunday afternoon. And now we'll turn things over to the Tanger Smith Elementary School behind home plate, performing today's national anthem. An outstanding job by the Tanger Smith Elementary School here at Bethpage Ballpark. So the national anthem out of the way, which means we are getting closer and closer to the first pitch of today's ball game between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, which means it's time to take a look at the starting lineups for both teams today. Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, managed by former player Jeremy Owens. Here's the lineup that they will send out against Bobby Blevins. Gary Brown will lead things off. He is the center fielder for Southern Maryland. Batting second and playing shortstop is Steve Lombardosi. Zach Wilson, the first baseman, hits in the number 3 hole, and the cleanup hitter is the left fielder, that is Jamar Walton. Darby Myers in right field, he will bat 5th. The 6th hitter is the third baseman and former Duck, Bryant Nelson. Wilmer Flores will do, or check that, Angel Flores will do the catching, not the former Met, or the current Met, I should say. It is Angel Flores who will do the catching and bat 7th. Eric Garcia is at second base, and he will hit 8th. And rounding out the order for the Ducks is the designated hitter, and that is John DeZamba. So on the other side, for the Long Island Ducks, who are managed by Kevin Baez, Phelan Lentini is going to lead things off. He is in right field. The shortstop is Dan Lyons. He will bat second. The designated hitter batting third is Lou Ford, and in the cleanup spot is the first baseman, and that is Tyler Colvin. Cody Puckett will bat 5th and play second base. Blake T. Cody is in center field, hitting in the 6th spot. Mike Blank will do the catching and bat 7th. Anthony Vega in left field will hit 8th. And rounding out the order for the Ducks is the third baseman, and that is Matt Wessinger. So, Bobby Blevins taking his warm-up tosses, the right-hander in his 5th season here with Long Island. That started all the way back late of the 2012 season and has pitched the entire season with the Ducks in 2014 and now beginning the year again with them here in 2016. Joined the team in mid-June of last year after starting the season pitching over in Taiwan. So we are just about ready to go. Gary Brown will step up to the plate for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, batting from the right side. And Steve Lombardosi will follow him, then Zach Wilson. And Bobby Blevins on the mound for the Ducks will try and keep the Blue Crabs off the scoreboard for the majority of the afternoon, especially here early, as he wants to try and get his Ducks team an early lead. So here is Brown to step in from the right side. Blevins out on the mound, ready to go as he looks into home plate. And the first pitch of this afternoon's ball game is on the way, and it is taken for a strikeout, bell tie. So we begin at 1:40 p.m. on this Sunday afternoon. We'll get the first pitch temperature after the 0-1 from Blevins. kicks and fires. Ground ball up the third baseline. It'll kick foul.
The official Suffolk Transportation Services temperature of today's game is 56 degrees.
56 degrees is the first pitch temperature. Definitely cooler here at Bethpage Ballpark today compared to what it has been the last couple days, where it was more hot and humid. Cloudy skies overhead. The light's not on, though, on this Sunday afternoon. Long look in here for Blevins, and now time is called at home plate. Seem to be having trouble getting the signs from Blank. Now he's ready to go. And the 0-2 to Brown is down in the dirt, blocked at the plate by Blank. 1-2 on Brown. The center fielder hitting .231 on the year for Southern Maryland. No home runs, 3 runs batted in. So now a ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for the Blue Crabs. He'll dig in. Blevins winds and fires to the plate. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good off speed from Blevins. Like a slider diving down and away. First strikeout of the afternoon for the right-hander. And that is the first out. Well, Blevins this year hasn't been much of a strikeout pitcher. Typically is not a very big strikeout pitcher. His Ducks career high was 119, but that was over almost 190 innings back in 2014. A career year for the righty. First pitch here to Steve Lombardozzi, and there's a fastball bell tie for a strike. Seemed to hit the outside corner, 0-1. Blevins this year 14 strikeouts in 20 2/3 innings. And here Lombardozzi grounds one foul up the first base line. So we'll head to the right of the chalk. So the count now goes to 0-2. Blevins, though, the big thing for him, he does not walk very much anybody. Just 4 walks thus far through 20 2/3 innings this year. Last year, 11 walks total in 89 1/3. So he has done a very good job in his career thus far, especially with the Ducks, of limiting the walks. Here's the 0-2. Blevins kicks and fires, and Lombardozzi takes a 2-seam fastball in the inside corner for strike 3. Throws Lombardozzi looking. Back-to-back Ks for Blevins. And the first 2 retired on strikeouts. Defensive lineup for the Ducks today. Anthony Vega gets the start in left field. Blake T. Cody will be in center. And around in right is Phelan Lantini. On the infield from left to right, Matt Wessinger is the third baseman. The shortstop, Dan Lyons. Cody Puckett at second base. Tyler Colvin will play first. Behind the plate doing the catching for the Ducks is Mike Blank. And on the mound is Bobby Blevins. First pitch breaking ball misses low and inside. And the count goes to 1-0. Wilson, the first baseman, started off the season very slowly. He has come on of late, average up to 268, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Blevins 1-0. Check swing on a pitch that came near the inside corner. They do not appeal to first. And so Blevins now behind at 2-0.
You want to go get something to eat for him?
From the windup, Blevins kicks and fires. Wilson here taking low and outside. And now the Ducks right-hander behind it. 3 balls and no strikes on Wilson. He's in his second year here with Southern Maryland.
Give me a soda, please.
The Ducks third baseman, Matt Wessinger, plays right along the third base line. On the 3-0 pitch, there's a fastball strike over the outside corner. It's 3-1. If Wilson reaches, Jamar Walton, the lefty hitter, will be waiting on deck. Blue Crabs dealing with a couple of injuries lately. We'll tell you about him in the second inning. Here's the 3-1. Wilson takes and misses low and inside, ball 4. Well, Blevins, you could tell on the mound, frustrated with himself there, trying to strike out the side. He ends up walking Wilson. Blevins had been going back and forth between allowing walks and not. His first and his third outing of the year, no walks. His second and his fourth outing, 2 in each. So now he's allowed 1 here in this, his 5th outing of the season. And that'll bring the lefty Walton up to the plate, which means Blevins will have to work out of the stretch. First pitch on the way, Walton swings, fouls it straight back to the screen behind home plate, 0-1. Walton at .254 on the year, 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. Typically you see him playing the corner outfielder spots and getting some more playing time of late with the injury to Fred Lewis. Here comes an 0-1. From the stretch, the pitch on the way. Walton swings. It's a high fly ball in the air to center field. Barely having to move is Blake Teacody. Now he'll jog back a few steps, and he'll make the catch in straightaway center to retire Walton for the final out of the inning. So for the Blue Crabs, no runs, no hits, a walk and a runner left on base after a half inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. It's the Blue Crabs nothing, and the Ducks coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and bench coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Pave your way.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owls party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. To the bottom of the first inning we go. No score in the early going between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up again this season to present the Walks with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. So Bobby Blevins works around the 2-out walk to Zach Wilson, and now the Ducks will get their first crack at Brian Burris to try and get an early lead. It'll be Phelan Lentini, Dan Lyons, and Lou Ford, each of which homered at least once yesterday in the 2 games of the day-night doubleheader. Ducks winning both of them, taking Game 1 9-5 and Game 2 9-2. First pitch on the way, and Lentini takes up and inside on a fastball. The count 1-0. Ducks have been terrific at home this year. They're 10-2 at Bethpage Ballpark. They have also been very good against the Freedom Division, a perfect 9-0. Breaking ball here hits the outside corner for strike 1 to Lentini, who enters with a .281 batting average on the year, 1 home run, 14 runs batted in. Lefty pitcher against the righty hitter. On the 1-1, swing and a miss, way out in front of the breaking ball down low. And Lentini now behind 1-2. Ducks have somewhat of a lefty-heavy lineup in terms of the guys they have on their roster, so there are 3 lefties in there today against Burris. The 1-2, chopped over the mound towards the middle. The shortstop, Lombardozzi, fields behind second, throws to first, and he gets Lentini by a step. Close play at first as Lentini hustled up that first base line, but the throw just beat him. And so he's retired for out number 1. That'll bring up Dan Lyons to the plate, the shortstop batting from the right side. He had 2 home runs in yesterday's doubleheader. A pair of solo shots, 1 in Game 1, 1 in Game 2. Lyons hit his first of his 2 home runs in the first inning of Game 1 yesterday after the Ducks had fallen behind 4-0. First pitch from Burris, and Lyons will take a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Chris Engstrand is the home plate umpire for today's game. Warren Nicholson around at first base, and the third base umpire is Joe Iglio. Now the 0-1, breaking ball again, and again it's called a strike. It's about a changeup, looked like knee-high over the outside corner. Sun trying to peek through beyond the third base stands here at Bethpage Ballpark through those high, puffy clouds. And now the 0-2 to Lyons. Breaking ball here, misses low and inside. Angel Flores tried to frame it and could not do so, so now it's 1-2. Lyons at .250 on the season. That average steadily going up, especially so after his 4-hit game in the first of the 2 games yesterday. Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. Burris trying to go back to that changeup. Missed to even the count. Lou Ford will be next for the Ducks. Nice crowd on hand here on this Sunday afternoon. Pretty full here at Bethpage Ballpark. Long look in here for the lefty. Gets the sign now from Flores. And the 2-2 to Lions. Swinging a high fly ball deep down the left field line, heading back towards the pole as the left fielder Walton, and it is off the wall. Lions will head towards second. He thought this was out, and Lions scampers in there safely for a double. That was close down the left field line. A deep drive by Dan Lyons that nearly cleared the wall and went into the Blue Crabs bullpen. Off the bat, it certainly looked like it had the distance, but that wind is blowing out towards right field here instead of left field, and that might have been what kept the ball in the ballpark. So for Lyons, it is a double, and give him his 4th double of the year and his 8th extra base hit. Now the Ducks have a runner at second base with a one man out, and up to the plate will step Lou Ford. Good speed at second in Dan Lyons. And Burris ready to deal to the Ducks' designated hitter. First pitch, and that fastball misses low and outside for ball 1. Ford up to 289 on the season. Hit his 3rd home run of the year in Game 1 yesterday. A towering 3-run blast to left. And now up to 9 RBIs on the season. Here comes the 1-0 from Burris. Kicks and fires, and Ford takes this breaking ball downstairs again. So now Ford ahead 2-0. Good hitters count for the righty swinger. The first of 3 lefties in the lineup for the Ducks waiting on deck in Tyler Colvin. Blake T. Cody in the 6 hole and Anthony Vega in the 8 hole are also lefty hitters. 2-0. There's a strike. Good fastball from Burris, and the count 2-1. Lions at second, 12 runs scored on the year for the Ducks shortstop, who is in his 6th season here with Long Island. 2-1 pitch, that misses the outside corner low. And so Ford now ahead at 3 balls and 1 strike. Burris walking 4 in his last outing, that was a season high. He had combined to walk 4 in his first 3 starts, but 4 last time, although he picked up the win on Tuesday in Lancaster. 3-1. Ford takes a curveball, drops in for a strike. Good pitch from Burris. Burris, a former major leaguer, 6 seasons combined between the Orioles, the Blue Jays, and the Pirates. Burris gets the sign and comes set. Payoff pitch on the way to Lou Ford. And it is swung and grounded to the right side. Big hop for the second baseman, Garcia, but he picks it up and throws to first in time for the out. Good play by Garcia on what ended up being a tough hop off the bat of Lou Ford. Lions crosses over to third on the play. And so the Ducks with the potential first run of the game 90 feet away. And up to the plate will step the first baseman, Tyler Colvin. Defensive lineup for the Blue Crabs this afternoon. Jamar Walton is in left field. Gary Brown in center. And Darby Myers is around in right. On the infield, it's Brian Nelson at third, Steve Lombardozzi at short, Eric Garcia is the second baseman, Zach Wilson at first, Angel Flores doing the catching, and Brian Burris on the mound. First pitch from Burris to Colvin, and he will check his swing and take a fastball low for ball 1. Burris has started 3 of the first 4 hitters in this game with a first pitch ball. Colvin combined to go 1 for 7 yesterday in the 2 games of the doubleheader, struck out twice. Yesterday his Ducks debut after the team signed him and activated him before the game. The 1-0 from Burris on the way, and Colvin crushes one down the right field line. This will hook foul low off the fencing that protects the Ducks bullpen. And so now the count even up at 1-1. Colvin nearly hit it out in his first at-bat with Long Island. A deep drive in the air to right field that, had the wind been blowing with the force it is now out to right field, probably leaves the yard, but wasn't as strong in the beginning of the first game yesterday and ended up being caught near the warning track by Myers and Wright. So it's 1-1 here on Colvin. Dan Lyons, the runner at third with 2 men out. And the 1-1 from Burris. Kicks and deals. Colvin, check swing, and home plate umpire Chris Engstrand says he went around. Looked like a slider over the outside corner. So Colvin now behind in the count 1-2, trying to reach to give Cody Puckett an opportunity. Puckett waiting in the on-deck circle. No score, bottom of the first inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. And the 1-2 pitch on the way to Tyler Colvin is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 3, up in the zone. And Colvin could not make the connection. First strikeout of the day for Burris. And the side retired. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left in scoring position for the Ducks. We have played one at Bethpage Ballpark, and there's no score between Long Island and Southern Maryland.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark as we go to the second inning. No score between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. It is time for today's health report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Well, the only player to speak of is the only man on the disabled list for Long Island, and that is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr., who at the beginning of this homestand suffered a hand injury when he was hit by a pitch against the Patriots, so he will be out for a couple of weeks as he recuperates that hand injury, hopefully back sooner than later. Sean Burrows getting some extra rest today after playing the first game of the doubleheader. We'll get a couple days off, the nightcap of yesterday's game off, and today off, as well as tomorrow, which will be a travel day for the Ducks as they head to Sugar Land, Texas, to start off a road trip. Darby Meyer squares to bunt, pushes it to the first base side of the mound, easily fielded though by Blevins. And he throws on a first for the out. Meyer is retired, trying to bunt his way on. And there's the first out of the second inning. Meanwhile, the Blue Crabs are missing a couple of important pieces to their lineup. Michael Snyder, who has gotten off to a terrific start this season for Southern Maryland, showcasing some big power early on for the Blue Crabs. He is dealing with a hamstring issue. Snyder was hitting .333 with 5 homers and 11 runs batted in through the first 15 games before suffering the injury. And meanwhile, Fred Lewis's early going of the season has been plagued by injury. The first pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1 to Brian Nelson. He's played in a couple games in this series, but had to come out of both of those 2 games, come out of yesterday's second game of the doubleheader and Friday night's game with what is being called a knee injury. And you could tell yesterday when he started, he was hobbling as Nelson takes strike 2. He was hobbling to first base and ended up going slowly off the field and just could not stay in. The 0-2 on the way to Nelson. Fastball chopped right back to Blevins. He fields it on a hop and flips over to first base where Tyler Colvin receives it. So 2 hitters, 2 groundouts to the mound, and quickly 2 away for the Blue Crabs.
Angel Flores, number 17.
So with 2 down as Nelson is retired. He came in hitting .225 on the year. Here's the catcher and 7-hitter Angel Flores. First pitch on the way, and that fastball misses down low for ball 1. Flores has struggled in the early going this season, a .188 batting average. He has 1 home run and 4 runs batted in. Fastball hit in the air to right, down the line, slicing into foul territory. Lantini gives chase, goes into a slide, and just misses coming up with it as it hits off the warning track and takes a big hop into the Ducks bullpen. So a good effort there by Phelan Lantini, who has to readjust his, well, it looks like his right legging and baseball pants. Seems to be okay, though, as he jogs back to his spot in right. So now a 1-ball, 1-strike count on the catcher Flores, who hits from the right side. Infield plays straight away. On the 1-1 pitch from Blevins. They swung it and popped again, foul, first base side. This will be well out of play. And so the count 1-2. 24 hits allowed for Blevins in his first 20 2/3 innings entering this game. 4 walks to 14 strikeouts. And we mentioned earlier he won against Southern Maryland here on opening night at Bethpage Ballpark, April 28th. The 1-2, fastball just missed the inside corner. That'll leaving up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that day, Blevins allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, only one of which was earned. Walked 2 and struck out 3 as the Ducks won it 6-4. Now the 2-2 from Blevins. Ground ball up the third baseline, foul past Jeremy Owens, the manager of the Blue Crabs, who was coaching down at third base.
Long Island Ducks Customer Service Center in the upper concourse behind home plate. Lynn South.
So the count remains 2-2 as Blevins tries for a 1-2-3 inning here in the second. No score between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs in the early going. The 2-2, breaking ball, lined in a right center field. On the run is Lentini, but this will get down for a base hit. So a good piece of hitting there for Angel Flores as he loops one in a right center for the first hit of the game for Southern Maryland. Each team now with a hit. For the second straight inning, the Blue Crabs put a 2-out runner at first. And now Eric Garcia, the second baseman, will step to the plate. Garcia bats from the left side, and Tyler Colvin will hold on the runner at first. Blevins looks in for the sign and comes set. And his first pitch is a fastball taken just off the outside corner. Sun now shining across the field here at Bethpage Ballpark. In the distance, it's pretty much all clouds, but the sun's shining down for the moment. Be a 1-0. Blevins gets the sign, kicks and fires. And that hits the outside corner for a strike. Garcia thought it was too far outside, but it will even up the count at 1-1. The Blue Crabs second baseman at 164 on the year. He has 1 home run and 4 runs batted in. The 1-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball just missing the outside corner this time. Looks like Blevins has thrown it almost at the exact same spot. 3 straight pitches to Garcia, staying away. But he's behind here at 2-1. The wind continues to whip hard out to right. And the 2-1 from Blevins. Fastball, that is taken low. Now the Ducks right-hander behind in the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. If Garcia reaches, the 9-hitter and DH John DeZombo will come up to the plate. Leading from first base is Angel Flores. Does not have a ton of speed. 3-1. Popped up in the air, foul. Third base side. This will go back and out of play. So that'll run the count full at 3-2, which means with 2 outs, the runner at first base, Flores, will be off on the next pitch from Blevins. No score here in the top of the second inning. Blevins gets the sign and comes set. Runner goes in the 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Blevins blew the fastball by him. Third strikeout of the afternoon for the right-hander, and he works around the 2-out hit. 1 hit, 1 left on base for the Blue Crabs. An inning and a half gone by, and the Ducks and the Blue Crabs are scoreless.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.psegliny.com/savemoney.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Back at Bethpage Ballpark as we head to the bottom of the second inning. No score between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Ducks will hit the road following today's game. They will actually head out tomorrow as they head to Sugar Land, Texas. And then on Tuesday morning, they will open up a 7-game road trip in 6 days. The first day will be an 11:05 morning broadcast on a morning game from the Skeeters home ballpark, Constellation Field. So 11:05 first pitch, 10:50 is the pregame show on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, and online at liducks.com. We'll have all the action for you from Sugar Land as the Ducks open up a 4-game in 3-day set with the Skeeters. It'll be the first meeting of the year between the Ducks and the Skeeters. And then the Ducks will have to face their Liberty Division foes, the Patriots, yet again. First pitch on the way, and Puckett will take a breaking ball strike over the outside corner from Burris, 0-1. Long Island will be done with Somerset in the first half after this coming week. Still about a month and a half left in the first half following it. Swing and a miss by Puckett as he chases a breaking ball low and away. And the count 0-2. Puckett has heated up again at the plate, average up to 280 on the year, 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. Tough start to the homestand offensively against a very good Patriots pitching squad, but Southern Maryland, their staff not as strong, and the Ducks have taken advantage. 0-2, ground ball past the mound towards second. Gobbled up by Garcia, his throw to first, just in time to get Puckett out. Bang, bang play at first, and Puckett making sure with Warren Nicholson before he heads back to the dugout that was an out. Very similar to Lantini's ground ball to short. Was hitting more towards the middle in that first inning, leading off, and the throw just beat Puckett at first base. So 1 away, and now the Ducks center fielder Blake Teacody will step to the plate from the left side, the second of 3 lefties in the lineup for the Ducks, with the left-hander Brian Burris on the mound. First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1, and really the Ducks don't really have many other options to put a righty in. They have 1 righty on the bench. That's Mike Dowd, the backup catcher, so can't really stack your lineup heavy with right-handers when you have a lefty pitching, simply because the Ducks have a lot of lefties in their lineup. Breaking ball misses low, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. Delta Cleary Jr., who's a switch hitter, would normally bat from the right side against a lefty, but again, he is out with the hand injury. 1-1. High pop-up in the air to the left side of home plate. Now it's drifting back to the right side, and it bounces off the glove of the catcher Flores to try to make the basket catch. The count 1-2. Looked like the wind took that off the bat from Teacody. It looked like it was to the left side of home plate, and it ended up drifting back towards the first base side of the plate with that hard wind blowing. No error on the play, though, and the count 1-2. Looking in for the side. Winding and firing is Burris, and Teacody checks a swing and takes a breaking ball down low. So that will even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Burris gets the sign, winds and fires to the plate. Teacody swings, pops it up again back behind the plate. Flores chases back. He'll run out of room yet again as it lands in the stands, hits off the hand of a father standing on the lower concourse, waiting to say hello to Quacker Jack with his son. Just missed grabbing the ball. So the count remains 2-2 on Teacody, who will be followed by Mike Blank. No score here in the bottom of the second inning. And the 2-2. Ground ball hit to the second baseman, Garcia. He'll field and throw on a first for the out. So T. Cody is retired. 2 groundouts to second to begin the second inning. And with 2 away, that will leave it up to the catcher, Mike Blank.
Makes a little more sense than what I was saying.
So, bases empty and 2 down for Long Island. Here is Blank to the plate, wearing bright orange and black cleats. Blank will hit from the right side against the left-hander Burris, and the third baseman Brian Nelson playing close to the third base line. First pitch to him is taken for a called strike, and the count 0-1. Blank on the year, hitting just 195. He's gotten off to a slow start this season, a home run and 4 runs batted in.
I didn't say sit on James, but that's okay.
So that'll be an 0-1. As Burris will step back up onto the rubber and look in for the sign. The kick and the pitch on the way. Blank will take inside. Another breaking ball from Burris. And that is what he goes with most, is that off-speed stuff, the changeup, the curveball, everything to keep the opponents off balance, and then he'll sneak that fastball in. 1-1, that's down low, blocked at the plate by Flores. 2-1 now on Blank. If he reaches Anthony Vega, we'll get an opportunity in this second inning. Each side with a hit, but nothing to show for it yet. And the 2-1 from Burris, swinging a fly ball down the right field line, slicing foul and out of play. Again into the Ducks bullpen, and that'll even things up. Yesterday, with the way that wind was blowing, especially in the second game, you get a fly ball in the air, fairly well hit to right field. It's got a good shot to go out with the way that wind is blowing now. But as a hitter, you have to focus on just trying to get on base any way you can. The 2-2 fouled straight back to the screen. So we'll do it yet again at 2-2 on Blank. And Blake T. Cody was saying in the end of the game yesterday that the Ducks cannot rely on hitting the long ball and try and change their swing to be able to do that on a more consistent basis. They just have to find ways to get on base any way possible. 2-2 is fouled back to the screen yet again by Blank. So Blank fighting off a couple tough pitches from Burris, who to this point has thrown 34 pitches in the game, 23 of them for strikes. 2-2, ground ball here to the left side. The shortstop Lombardozzi on the backhand fields. His throw to first is in time to retire Blank. And that'll retire the side in the second. So the Ducks go down 1-2-3 on 3 ground balls. And after 2, here from Central Islip, New York, the Ducks and the Blue Crabs knotted up at 0.
Hey fans, this is infielder Sean Burrows, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
On to the third inning, where the Ducks and the Blue Crabs are scoreless, and this is the finale of a 4-game series between these two teams. Ducks fans, there's no better time to sign up than right now for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or by calling 631-940-3825. John DeZamba to lead off for the Blue Crabs. It'll be 9-1-2 in the order for Southern Maryland against the right-hander Bobby Blevins. First pitch on the way, DeZamba squares to bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike right down the middle. 0-1 on DeZamba, who enters with 4 hits and 24 at-bats on the season. He has no home runs and 2 runs batted in. 0-1 is a swing and a miss. Good changeup there from Blevins, excuse me. And way out in front was DeZamba, so now they count 0-2 on the lefty swinger. Gary Brown will be next. Blevins kicks and deals. The 0-2 to the lefty is downstairs for ball 1. DeZamba's kind of played all over. Started at third base in game 2 yesterday. Started in second base in game 1. And then ended up moving to left field when Fred Lewis was hurt and had to come out of the ball game in game 2. 1-2. Line drive over second and into right center field for a base hit. So DeZamba is on with the second hit of the day for Southern Maryland. A leadoff base hit. It's the first time that either side has gotten the leadoff man on in this ball game. So with 1 on and nobody out, here is the center fielder Gary Brown. Ducks have done a good job for the most part this year, retiring the opposing team's leadoff hitter. 249 opponents' batting average against when they lead off an inning. Meanwhile, Southern Maryland as a team hitting just 258 when leading off the inning. Their pitchers have given up a 329 batting average to opponents that lead off. First pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1 to Brown, who struck out swinging against Blevins back in the first inning. Brown went 0 for 4 in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Did the same in game 2. From the stretch, here comes the 0-1. Runner goes from first, taken up high for a ball. The throw to second base is right on the money. Excellent throw from Mike Blank, who really has done a fine job working on his throws to second. A bullet strike to the second baseman, Cody Puckett, so the putout goes 2-4 after the ball pitched by Blevins. And so the count is even at 1-1. Blevins winds and fires. Check swing, little roller up the third base line. Blevins chases after it, kicks it foul. No, they say it's a fair ball. Blevins will get it and will now check with the umpires. Blevins thought that was a foul ball, but the home plate umpire, Chris Angstrom, made the call and said that it was a fair ball. Both Bobby Blevins and Matt Wessinger are trying to show Angstrom. Kevin Bias has come out of the dugout. They're pointing here at a divot in the ground that is saying that it was a foul ball. That's where it was touched, and they're saying that the ball was foul. But Chris Angstrom made the call as a fair ball, so it's going to be an infield single for Gary Brown. And a runner at first now with 1 away. Tough break there for the Ducks. That was just rolling up the third base line. It started in foul territory, and it must have crept back fair and touched the line. But Blevins sped after it and tried to push the ball foul before it could come back fair. First pitch. Emes is low and outside for a ball. The count goes to 1-0 on Lombardozzi, who struck out looking his first time up. Lombardozzi, a strikeout victim looking. One of 3 strikeouts for Blevins. Hits from the left side. The 1-0. Fly ball foul. Third base side out of play. It's 1-1. Team leading hitter at 368 coming into today's action. Yesterday, Lombardozzi did not play in the first game of the doubleheader and went 1 for 5 with an RBI in game 2. One now from Blevins. Lombardozzi fouls it again to the third base side. Got jammed by the right-hander. Count goes to 1-2. Blevins trying to find his way to get Lombardozzi to hit a ground ball here and possibly turn it into 2 outs, get through the inning. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. He'll take that as well. Got him to chase a changeup down and away. 4th strikeout for Blevins, 2nd time that Lombardozzi has struck out in this game. So the 4 strikeouts matching what he did in each of his last 2 starts. And so with 2 down and a runner at first, that will bring up the first baseman, Zach Wilson. So Blevins now will try and bear down and get the Blue Crabs first baseman for the final out of the inning after he thought he had the foul ball off of Brown that ended up resulting in the infield single. First pitch on the way. Ripped in the air to left field, well hit. Going back is Anthony Vega near the warning track. It's over his head and off the wall. Vega will fire back in. They're sending Brown around third. He will try and score. The throw to the plate from Dan Lyons is off target. So in to score is Brown on the RBI double to left from Zach Wilson. And the Blue Crabs take the early lead. They're in front 1-0. So Southern Maryland, who in the first 2 innings picked up 2 out base runners, the walk to Wilson in the first and the single to Flores in the second, get another 2 out base runner here on the RBI double from Wilson. It's his 9th double of the year and 9th run batted in. He continues to heat up at the plate, and Jeremy Owens had no hesitation about sending Brown around third to try and score. And it looked like Lyons double clutched maybe on that throw in. Ultimately, I'm not sure he would have had him anyway, but the throw was a little bit out in front of home plate. So with 2 down to the runner now at second base, Blevins has to try and retire Jamar Walton, who fly to center his first time up. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good fastball down in the zone, and Walton behind at 0-1. Walton yesterday, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored in the first game of the doubleheader, including an opposite field solo home run off of Bruce Kern. Was 0 for 4 though in the nightcap. 0-1, line drive over short into shallow left field. Vega coming on, it lands for a base hit. Around third is Wilson. The throw to the plate ticks off the glove of the third baseman Wessinger. Don't think they would have had him either. Walton takes second on the throw. It's an RBI single from the Blue Crabs left fielder, and Southern Maryland's lead is now 2. So they find the area that they can land the baseball in shallow left past Lyons in front of Vega. And getting a good read on it was Wilson. The wind really picking up now here at Bethpage Ballpark. Seems to be blowing kind of every which way. So 2 men out, and back-to-back 2-out hits for Southern Maryland have given them a 2-run advantage. Blevins kicks, deals, and that fastball misses low and outside for ball 1. This wind really whipping up, taking some of the warning track and kicking it up into the field of play and into the stands. That wind blowing hard out to right on this Sunday afternoon. Blevins gets the sign. It'll be a 1-0 to Darby Myers, the right fielder. Kicks and fires, and this popped up in the air to right center. Phelan Lentini, the right fielder, drifting in. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side, but not before the Blue Crabs strike with 2 outs. They get 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and leave 1. And after 2.5 innings of play, it is a 2-0 lead for Southern Maryland.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by ClearVision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Long Island Ducks now in a 2-0 hole as the Blue Crabs strike for a pair of 2-out hits to score runs in that top of the third inning. And when Darby Myers popped to right to end that top of the third inning, that was the 15th out of today's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. So a windy Sunday afternoon here. No rain falling at Bethpage Ballpark. But some wind picking up as the first pitch fastball here came dangerously close to the head of Anthony Vega. It missed up and inside for ball one. Ducks will try and answer right back after falling behind here by 2 to Southern Maryland. Here's the 1-0. And Vega takes this breaking ball in for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Vega had 294 on the year, 10 of 34 at the plate, 1 home run and 10 runs batted in. Here comes the 1-1. High fly ball in the air to right center field. Converging are Myers and Brown, and it's the right fielder Myers who will make the catch. Looping breaking ball that Vega got under and popped to right. First out, and now 6 straight retired by Burris following the 1-out double by Dan Lyons in the first inning. This is the first outing of the season for Burris against the Ducks. Blue Crabs veteran. And the first pitch is taken low for ball one by Matt Wessinger, the 9-hitter and third baseman. 6 of 30 on the year, a 200 batting average. No homers and 4 runs batted in. 1-0. That fastball is a strike over the outside corner. Burris last year made 3 starts against Long Island and lost all 3. He was 0-3 with a 5.06 ERA, allowing 9 earned runs in 16 innings of work. Fastball misses outside for a ball, and Wessinger able to run the count to 2-1. Blue Crabs now out hitting the Ducks 5-1 today. 2-1 pitch from the lefty, and Wessinger takes a fastball low and inside, ball 3. One thing Wessinger has certainly been able to do well is draw walks. He's got 6 of them in the early going. And the 3-1 from Burris. Kicks and deals. Wessinger swings a ground ball sharply hit to short. It's gobbled up by Lombardozzi and his throw to first in time for the out. So Matt Wessinger retired. 2 men down in the bottom of the third. And that will leave it up to Phelan Lentini.
Back to the bottom of the order for the Long Island Ducks with right fielder number 22. Phelan Lentini, number 22.
So as we mentioned, the Ducks will hit the road tomorrow and will start a series on the road against the Sugar Land Skeeters on Tuesday. Meanwhile, for Southern Maryland, they return home following this 7-game road trip that concludes today, and they will host the New Britain Bees and the Lancaster Barnstormers in a 7-game homestand. New Britain for 4, Lancaster for 3. First pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike to Lentini, 0-1. Lentini a ground out to short in his first at bat. That was back in the opening inning. Now the 0-1. Ground ball hit to the left side. Backhand stop by Lombardozzi. The off-balance throw to first is in time. Lombardozzi playing a very nice shortstop today as he retires Lentini for the second time, and a good shutdown inning for Burris as he sets the Ducks down 1-2-3. So 3 innings have been played on this Sunday afternoon. Blue Crabs remain in front of the Ducks 2-0.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. We head to the fourth here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks trailing the Blue Crabs by a 2-0 score. It is time for today's fourth inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. Today's question revolves around what Duck starter Darren Downs did yesterday, striking out 8 batters in his win in Game 2 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It was the first time he struck out 8 in a Ducks uniform, and the first time that he struck out 8 since August 14th of 2011. He had 8 that day. The question, with which team was he pitching? And we'll give you 2 options here. First pitch to Bryant Nelson is lined down the right field line for a base hit. Fair ball, it'll head into the corner. Nelson around first, heading for second. The throw coming in from Lantini, not in time. Nelson in safely with a double. And there's the first extra base hit of the game for Southern Maryland, and their 6th hit already off of Bobby Blevins. So Brian Nelson picks up another hit. Now up to 976 in his Atlantic League career, and double number 6 on the season for the former Duck. So the Blue Crab is on at second with nobody out, and here is the catcher Angel Flores. Blevins will work out of the stretch again, and the first pitch here swung on and missed for strike 1 by Flores. So the question was, again, which team was Downs pitching for when he struck out 8 in his last time before last night? We'll give you 2 options. You can either give us the specific team that he was with, or you can give us the major league organization that he was pitching with, as the 0-1 is fouled off down the right field line out of play. And that'll run the count to 0-2. If you're following along on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, feel free to type in your answers. We will give a shout out to whoever has the correct answer. No cheating, though. You cannot look it up on Google or Baseball Reference or anything like that. You have to completely guess, as this pitch just misses low. Blevins wanted that one for strike 3, but Chris Angstrom said it was low. So the count now goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Flores, who singled to right in his first at-bat. That was with 2 outs in the second. 1-2. Chopped on the ground here to short. Now we'll keep the runner at second. Lyons throws over to first in time for the out. So a good out there induced by Blevins, as Nelson was unable to cross over to third with less than 2 men out. 1 away and a runner still at second, and that will bring up Eric Garcia to the plate. So again, we'll give you the answer in the bottom half. Garcia will dig in from the left side. And the first pitch on the way is up and outside from Blevins for ball 1. Blevins thus far 51 pitches in the game, 36 of them for strikes. Right-hander gets the sign as Nelson leads at second. And his 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball striking at the knees to even the count at 1-1. Blevins stands in on the mound at 6 foot, 200 pounds, out of Briarcliff, New York. Turned 31 years old this year on January the 16th. And now it'll be a 1-1 lefty hitter against the righty batter, or lefty hitter against the righty pitcher, and that misses up and away for ball 2. Garcia will then lead way to John DeZamba, who waits in the on-deck circle, who led off that third inning with a single. 2-1 is popped up down the left field line foul. Matt Wessinger giving chase towards the stands, but this will land up on the concourse down the left field line and kick up into the box seats, the lower concourse it hit off of. So now leaving things up at 2-2. Clouds continue to push from left to right. We do see some breaks of blue sky. Breaks in between the clouds out beyond the left field wall, so that is certainly a good sign as those ominous clouds appear to be moving out of the way. 2-2. Lifted foul again, third base side. A defensive swing off the end of the bat by Garcia. So the count even still at 2-2. And again, despite the windy day and the cooler temperatures, a very nice crowd on hand here for the first, what ends up being the first Sunday Family Fun Day of the year, as the May 1st game was scheduled to be the first, was rained out though. The 2-2, fouled off again, third base side off the bat of Garcia. So continuing to fight off some tough pitches from Blevins, with the runner at second base and one man out. Fans were invited onto the field before the game for 15 minutes to get autographs from their favorite Ducks players. After the game, they'll be invited down to the field again to run the bases for kids and kids at heart. 2-2, fouled back to the screen. A breaking ball from Blevins. Garcia just got a piece to stay alive. First 1,500 fans today also received Bud Harrelson face fans, so that'll certainly be a treat to bring to the ballpark on a hot day. Show your support for the Ducks and for Buddy Harrelson. I'm sure he was signing quite a few of those today before the game out on the field. Another 2-2 from Blevins. Kicks and fires, and Garcia takes the high fastball for ball 3. That was the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The next will be number 9, as Nelson, who led off the inning with a double, continues to lead at second base. From the stretch is Blevins, the 3-2. Popped foul again to the third base side and out of play. And this at-bat will now see a 10th pitch. Blue Crabs doing a good job here between the third inning and now this inning of getting the right-hander's pitch count up. They can throw a lot of extra pitches to try and retire these hitters. Another 3-2, and Garcia pops this one up towards the left side of the infield. Right along the line is the third baseman, Matt Wessinger, and he'll make the catch. They'll say in fair territory for the out. So ultimately on the 10th pitch of the at-bat, Blevins wins the battle against Garcia and has retired 2 in a row after allowing the leadoff double. That will leave it up to the designated hitter, John DeZamba. Well, again, Blevins has had some trouble with 2 men out in this game. He gave up a walk with 2 down in the first, a single with 2 outs in the second, and gave up the 2 RBI hits in the third with 2 outs. So let's see what he can do here with 2 men out against DeZamba. And Nelson at second base. The first pitch swings and misses. Got him to chase the fastball down and in. And the count 0-1. DeZamba with a single his first time up to right, but was caught stealing second. So he's now 0 for 1 in the stolen base department. Here's the 0-1. DeZamba swings. It's a high fly ball in the air to right center field. Drifting over is Blake T. Cody. He gets to the spot, makes the catch. And a good job by Blevins to retire DeZamba and get out of any further trouble. So he allows the leadoff double, strands Nelson at second. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Ducks in a 2-0 hole.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Darren Downs, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the North Shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Ducks behind 2-0 against the Blue Crabs here in the finale of a 4-game series. It is time for the answer to today's fourth inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. We gave you the question in the top half of this fourth inning. Darren Downs, yesterday's Game 2 starter, 8 strikeouts for the Ducks over 7 innings to earn the win. And it was his first time he had struck out 8 in a single game since August 14th, 2011. We wanted to know with which team he was pitching at the time, and we told you we could give you you could give us either the exact team that he was pitching or with the major league organization he was pitching with. Dan Lyons a swing and a miss at a breaking ball for strike 1. None of our viewers on YouTube had the correct answer, so we'll give it to you. It was the specific team, the New Orleans Zephyrs, who were the AAA affiliates at the time of the Florida Marlins. So there is the answer. Either the Marlins or the New Orleans Zephyrs would have been correct. He did it against the Reno Aces, who were the AAA affiliate of the Diamondbacks. Downs now tied for third in the Atlantic League this year with 27 strikeouts on the season. His teammate Jack Snodgrass leading the way with 33. And Snodgrass will likely start the opener of the series and the road trip down in Texas on Tuesday morning. 0-1. Lyons takes low in the dirt for a ball that will even things up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lyons nearly hit his third home run in 3 games in the first inning, and it just missed leaving the yard, hitting the wall in left. The 1-1. Breaking ball cut on and missed. A late swing there from Lyons, and now he's behind at 1-2. Burris has been locked in here in the early going, allowed that 1-out double to Lyons. He has retired 8 in a row since. And the Lions double, the only man to reach against him thus far. The 1-2, breaking ball taken downstairs. That will even things up at 2-2. He's gotten most of his outs on the ground. Total of 9 outs so far in the game. All but 2 have been on the ground. A strikeout of Colvin in the first and the flyout from Vega in the third. 2-2, breaking ball hit over the mound. Lombardozzi behind second, cannot pick it up, and Lions will be safe at first with the infield single. So there will be the second hit of the game for Long Island. Had a very tough play for Lombardozzi. He had a race up the middle to try and get it. It was a fairly sharply hit ground ball. And ultimately it bounced up on him and could not come up with it cleanly. And even if he did, I don't know if he would have had the speedy Dan Lyons. So the leadoff man is on. Lyons has 2 more hits here today. So give the Ducks shortstop his second 2-hit game and third multi-hit game of the year. Lou Ford to the plate from the right side. And the first pitch from Burris. Ford swings and misses. Chasing a fastball down low. It's 0-1. Ford a ground out to second base his first time up. That was back in the opening inning. He is certainly looking to get on another hot streak. Had a 3-run home run in the first game yesterday. 0-1. Ford hits a high fly ball foul to the first base side out of play. now the count 0-2 on the Ducks' designated hitter. Tyler Colvin would be next. And 7 home runs combined for the Ducks yesterday between the two games. 4 in the opener and 3 in the nightcap. Here comes the 0-2. Burris kicks and deals, and Ford takes the fastball low. It's going to squirt through the legs of the catcher, Flores. And down to second base goes Dan Lyons on what will be a pass ball. Flores was unable to keep that in front of him at home plate. Didn't look like it hit the dirt. But the ball skittered past and just snuck through the legs. So now the Ducks get a runner in a scoring position with nobody out and a chance to at least cut into this 2-0 deficit. And Burris will deal 1-2 to the righty swinging Ford. Gets the sign and comes set. Looks to second. And the 1-2. Low and outside. This time a good block from Flores. That ball was definitely down in the dirt. And he was able to keep it in front of him, keep Lyons, who has great speed at second base. So Lyons has now been in scoring position with less than 2 outs twice in this game. And imperative for the Ducks to do what they've been doing in this series and getting those big hits with runners in scoring position. You don't want to let a guy like Burris off the hook too many times when you have runners on against him. He is too good of a pitcher to allow that to happen. 2-2 line drive into right field. Back goes Darby Myers. This is going to be over his head. It's going to be one hop and off the wall. Lyons will round third and come in towards the plate. No throw home. Ford stops at second with an RBI double. Ducks are on the scoreboard and they close to 2-1. Lou Ford continuing to show that opposite field pop. Didn't leave the yard, but cleanly hit that one over the head of Darby Myers, who froze a little bit, but even with a good break, I don't think he would have been able to catch it. RBI number 12 for Ford, his 6th double of the year. And so now the Ducks have closed to within a run, and now have the tying run on base with nobody out for Tyler Colvin. Here's Colvin to bat from the left side. First pitch on the way, and he will swing and miss. A big breaking ball diving down and in. And the count goes to 0-1. Colvin, a strikeout victim back in the first inning, swinging to end the frame and strand Lyons at third. Now 1 of 8 to start his Ducks career. And the 0-1 lifted in the air to left field. Over to his right is Jamar Walton, now moves in a bit and makes the catch. So Colvin retired for the second time today. Ford unable to move from second. And with 1 out, that will bring up Cody Puckett to the plate.
Look at the Ducks second baseman number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
Well, that'll bring Bill Bliss, the pitching coach, out from the dugout to talk things over with the left-hander Burris. I don't see any reason you would intentionally walk Puckett here. He has been dangerous of late. Had another multi-hit game yesterday with 3 hits in the first game and 2 RBIs. Hit his 3rd 2-run home run of the year. But an intentional walk would put the go-ahead run on base. And as a manager, you almost never do that. You do have a lefty, though, waiting on deck in Blake T. Cody. But that would just not happen. So they're talking about how they would pitch to Cody Puckett, who is now ready and will step up to the plate. Wind continues to howl here at Bethpage Ballpark. And the first pitch coming from Burris to Puckett. He will take on the outside corner for strike 1. Puckett a ground out to second base his first time up, leading off the second inning. And a base hit here could potentially tie up the ball game at 2. From the stretch, the 0-1. Burris kicks, fires, and Puckett will take a breaking ball inside. Had to turn out of the way. What a day yesterday for Puckett. Combining the 2 games, he was 4 of 6 at the plate, a double, a homer, 2 RBIs, 3 runs, and a walk. And he's now 6 for 10 in this series with 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. He homered here on Friday night as well. So trying to make it 3 for 3 on days these 2 teams are playing in this series with a home run. The 1-1, that misses down and in. Taken by Puckett for ball 2. prior to this series, in which Puckett is 6 of 10. He was 0 for 10 in the series against Somerset with a walk. So now the count is 2-1. Lions lead, or check that, Ford leads at second with 1 out. Pitch to Puckett is a breaking ball that misses low and outside for ball 3. And another out of the zone would put the go-ahead run on for Long Island and send Blake T. Cody up to the plate. T. Cody had one of the 7 homers for Long Island yesterday. 6 different Ducks going yard. The only one who hit one in both games was Lions. Here comes the 3-1 from Burris. Couple looks to second. Now deals to the plate, and Puckett will take inside ball 4. Pitch missed up and in. First walk of the day allowed by Burris, and that is our first Municipal Credit Union walk with the purpose of the afternoon. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. Burris now up to 62 pitches here on the afternoon, 39 of them for strikes. And Long Island with a tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first, 1 out. And here is Blake T. Cody, who bounced to second his first time up. So 1 already in for the Ducks, who have had 3 of their first 4 batters reach in this inning. First pitch on the way to T. Cody. Swings and fouls it straight back to the screen, 0-1. T. Cody was 3 for 7 in the doubleheader yesterday. A home run, a run batted in, and 3 runs scored. He led off the second inning in Game 2 with a solo blast over the wall in right for his first home run with the Ducks. Former big leaguer who is enjoying his time here with Long Island thus far, though he would certainly like to get his batting average higher than the 229 mark he's currently at. 0-1, swing and a miss. Chased down low and out in front of the pitch, so now behind 0-2. Following T. Cody would be Mike Blank. Ford, the runner at second, Puckett, the runner at first. Puckett with, well, the two of them actually have right about around the same amount of speed. Not quite as fast as some of the others in the Ducks lineup, but certainly not slow. And the 0-2, T. Cody lays off the pitch, diving down and away. Looked like a slider from Burris, and now 1-2 the count. T. Cody spent 2 years with the Padres in the big leagues, 2011, 2012, and 1 with the White Sox in 2013. From the stretch, the 1-2, the kick and the pitch on the way. T. Cody swings and just got a piece of it to foul it off. I think they said it was a foul ball. The home plate umpire, Engstrand, had put his fist up as if to say strike 3, but the other 2 umpires both waved their hands up to say foul ball just to be sure, and indeed it was a foul ball. So we'll do it again at 1-2. Ford leads off second, Puckett off of first. On the 1-2 pitch, swinging a pop up in the air, foul territory third base side. Flores calls off Nelson, and the Blue Crabs catcher will make the catch. So Blake T. Cody is retired on the foul pop up to the catcher, 2 men out, and that will leave it up to the Ducks catcher, Mike Blank. T. Cody now 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Number 21, Mike Blank, number 21.
So up to the plate steps Blank, who grounded a short his first time up. 2 on base with 2 out. And Burris trying to get out of this jam and keep the Blue Crabs in front. From the stretch, first pitch from Burris on the way to Blank. Not taken downstairs for a ball, it's 1-0. Blank this year, 1 of 6 with runners in scoring position and 2 out, 1 RBI. And looking to pick up at least 1 more to tie the game. Hit the ball hard here a couple nights ago, multiple times, and just didn't have anything to show for it. 1-0, breaking ball low and outside for ball 2. So good hitters count here now for Blank, who was working very hard this winter on improving his numbers at the plate. He had a great year last year, 282 average with 9 homers, but wants to improve those numbers this season. 2-0. Breaking ball here, drops in for a strike over the outside corner. Nicely thrown by Burris. It's 2-1. Got off to a pretty good start, has cooled off a bit of late. So he is trying to get back on track, has been sharing the catching duties with Mike Dowd. 1 hit in his last 15 at-bats coming into today for Blank. The 2-1, breaking ball again from Burris, and it hits the outside corner for a strike. Blank was thinking those pitches were going to be up and outside, and they end up dropping back over the plate. So now the count 2-2 with 2 outs, and Burris a strike away from getting through this inning with only 1 run allowed. Time called as Blank asks for it and steps out of the batter's box, wearing that camouflage sleeve on his right arm as he typically does. Threw out John DeZamba trying to steal earlier in this game. A perfect throw to Cody Puckett at second base. Here's the 2-2. Blank a swing and a miss for strike 3. A breaking ball diving down and in. Blank goes down swinging. Strikeout number 2 for Burris. And the Ducks leave a pair. They do get a run across, though, on 2 hits and a walk. No errors, but they leave 2 on base. 4 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark, and it's the Blue Crabs leading the Ducks by a run, 2-1 the score.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bobby Blevins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the exclusive Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience awaits. Well, we head to the 5th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks are on the scoreboard. They have closed to within 2-1 against this Southern Maryland Blue Crabs team. Bobby Blevins back to the mound for his 5th inning of work. And as we head to the 5th, it's time for our first look at the out-of-town scoreboard to get you caught up around the Atlantic League and the Major Leagues in action on this Sunday afternoon. Our first look will be in Somerset, where the Patriots are hosting the Barnstormers in the final game of their 3-game set. Patriots yesterday had an 8-2 lead and lost that lead and end up falling to the Barnstormers. So that helps the Ducks gain a game and a half of ground in the standings yesterday with both of Long Island's victories here against Southern Maryland. They're in the bottom of the 6th right now at TD Bank Ballpark. Barnstormers have a 4-3 lead over the Patriots. First pitch from Blevins to Gary Brown, and he takes a strike. Brown thought about bunting and decided otherwise. Starter today for the Barnstormers was Terry Doyle. Now it is Josh Wall in the ballgame. Jeremy Hoare started for the Patriots. Connor Little now doing the pitching. Here's the 0-1. Blevins fires. Brown takes up high for ball 1. Barnstormers being led this afternoon by Jeff Coburnis, who has driven in 2 runs. Whitaker and Schaefer each have an RBI as well. Ferris, Fields, and Gonzalez have driven in the runs for Somerset as this one is fouled off to the first base side out of play. And now Brown behind in the count at 1-2. So a win for the Ducks, a loss for the Patriots would close Long Island to within a game and a half, and that series coming up next Friday through Sunday at TD Bank Ballpark will loom very large once again in the first half standings. Blevins just missed low and inside with a breaking ball here. That will even things up at 2-2. Brown today 1 for 2, a strikeout in the first, a single in the third. That little dribbler up the third base line that just stayed fair. The 2-2, breaking ball here, missing inside again. That'll run the count full. In York, Pennsylvania, Revolution have an 8-3 lead over the Skeeters, top half of the 6th inning. Ian Marshall, the former Duck, lasted just 2 innings for Sugar Land, allowing 6 runs. Andrew Johnston now doing the pitching for the Skeeters. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball up and inside, ball 4, and Blevins walks his second batter of the game. For the third straight inning, the Blue Crabs have put the leadoff man on against the Ducks right-hander. That'll bring the shortstop, Steve Lombardozzi, to the plate. Skeeters today have 2 hits and 2 RBIs from Kent Mathis to lead their offense. Joel Guzman, 2 hits, 2 RBIs as well for the Revolution. Brian Pounds and Michael Rocket, along with Andres Perez and Isaiah Tejeda, have each driven in a run for the Revolution. Throw over to first, diving back safely is Brown, with Steve Lombardozzi at the plate. Doubleheader getting set to be played today in New Britain. The first game underway. The second game will follow about 30 minutes after the completion of the first. First pitch here to Lombardozzi is a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Bees have a 6-1 lead over the Bluefish in the bottom of the fourth. David Anderson starting for Bridgeport, lasted just 2 1/3 innings. And it is now Carlos Ruiz on the mound. Brian Dupre, the starter for New Britain in game 1 of the Twin Bill, which is both games are slated for 7 innings. After the rain out on Friday, throw over to first and back safely there is Brown, who has 3 steals and 4 attempts this year. Bees have 3 hits and 2 RBIs from Craig Maddox. 4 other players have each driven in a run. Bridgeport's lone RBI coming off the bat of Josh Vitters in the early going. 0-1, runner bluffs, and Lombardozzi takes the fastball outside to even up the count at 1-1. Blevins asking for a location again from the home plate umpire, Chris Engstrand. And Blevins does not seem to be in love with his strike zone all game long. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Lombardozzi, who has struck out twice in today's game against the right-hander. Blevins gets the sign and comes set, his 1-1. Kicks and deals. That breaking ball catches the outside corner for strike 2. Major League scoreboard, they're in the top of the 5th inning at Yankee Stadium. White Sox lead the Yankees 4-3. Starters today were Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees, Miguel Gonzalez for the White Sox. They are both still in. Beltran, Castro, and Ackley with the RBIs for the Yankees. Adam Eaton hitting his 2nd home run of the year for the White Sox. Here comes the 1-2. Blevins kicks and fires. This breaking ball is cut on and missed, strike 3. He has had Lombardozzi's number all afternoon. Strikeout number 5 for Blevins, 3 of which have come at the expense of Lombardozzi, and there's the first out here in the 5th inning.
First base number 29, Zach Wilson, number 29.
So with 1 away, that will bring Zach Wilson to the plate, who has had a good start to his day. A walk and an RBI double as well as a run. And again, comparatively, he was hitting barely at 100 when these two teams first met back April 28th through the 30th. Here a pop-up foul, first base side out of play as the sun continues to reappear here at the Duck Pond. And the count is 0-1. But Wilson has worked that average up to 278 now, getting back to that feared hitter that we saw last year for Southern Maryland. Mets and the Rockies at 4:10 today in Colorado. It is Jacob deGrom for the Mets. He is 3-1. Tyler Chatwood for the Rockies. He is 4-3 on the year. Oh and 1. Runner goes from first. Pitch is taken on the outside corner for a strike. The throw to second is in time again. For the 2nd time in this ball game, Mike Blank has caught a runner stealing an excellent throw. And he retires Gary Brown trying to steal second base. So now there are 2 away in the inning. And Wilson facing a count of 0-2. Here's the pitch. And he will lay off the breaking ball, but it's a called strike 3 over the outside corner. So Bobby Blevins strikes out 2 in the inning. He's now got 6 for the game. Gets the caught stealing blank to Puckett. And that'll retire the side in the 5th. Nice inning for Blevins after the leadoff walk. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Halfway through on this Sunday afternoon, Blue Crabs leading 2-1.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Blank, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, the Trout Town fan can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Oh, Ducks fans, on a cool day like today, no better way to warm up than with a hot cup of Hampton Coffee Company. Gourmet coffee available here at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Regular and decaf Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or check out their cafes out in the Hamptons. So we head to the bottom half of the fifth inning with the Ducks trailing by just a run. It will be Anthony Vega leading things off, and he will be followed by Matt Wessinger and Phelan Lentini. First pitch, half swing, and home plate umpire Chris Engstrom says he went around. So the count 0-1. Vega a fly out to right in his first trip to the plate. The Ducks got a run last inning on the RBI double by Lou Ford. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of the breaking ball was Vega, and he is now behind at 0-2. So they had Ford at second as the tying run with nobody out, but could not move him from second base. Burris was able to retire 3 of the next 4 to get out of the inning, allowing just the walk to Puckett. And the 0-2, Vega fouls this one off to the third base side out of play. Yesterday in the doubleheader was 2 for 7, hit a 3-run home run in game 2, 4 RBIs total for the Twin Bill. Had a run and a stolen base as well, and now 4 of 11 in the series with that flyout. 0-2. And that breaking ball misses low and outside for ball 1. Vega had a tough go of it, as did the entire offense in that series against Somerset. He was just 1 of 7 in the series with a run scored. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and Vega able to check his swing, takes another breaking ball down low. Blocked by Flores, and it's 2-2. Vega in his second season here with the Ducks. Made the team out of spring training last year. Split time with both of these teams last year. Started with the Ducks, went to the Blue Crabs, came back to Long Island. Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses the outside corner from Burris, and Vega has worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2. Ducks would love to get him on. He has tremendous speed, and Angel Flores is not very good behind the plate at throwing out runners. So I have to think if Vega gets on his time run, Kevin Baez likely gets him in motion. Here's the payoff pitch, and Vega will take a breaking ball in for a call, strike 3. Not sure what Vega was looking for there. It was a good breaking ball. Nicely thrown by Burris. Not easy to stand in there and take it. But Vega, I think, was thinking fastball. Got the hook. Third strikeout for Burris. And there's the first out here in the fifth inning. So 1 away, the base is empty. And here's the third baseman, Matt Wessinger. 9-hitter for the Ducks. And the first pitch just swung on and fouled off. Back behind the plate off to the third base side. It's 0-1. Wessinger ground out to short back in the third inning. 3 hits and 2 walks, or 1 walk, accrued against Burris so far. The 0-1. Fly ball in the air to right. Darby Myers took a step to his right, and he'll make the catch for the second out. So Vega and Wessinger retire to start off this bottom of the fifth inning. And with 2 away, back to the top of the order we go for Phelan Lentini.
Right fielder, number 22, Leon Lentini, number 22.
So with 2 away, here is Lentini to the plate from the right side. First pitch on the way from Burris, and Lentini swings. It's a high fly ball deep down the left field line. Back into the corner goes Walton at the wall. It's off the wall. Lentini will round first. He'll stop at second base as Walton fires back in. And for the second time in this game, a Duck just misses a home run to left. If that wind is blowing to left, the Ducks probably have 2 home runs instead. The wind blowing to right, helping keep it in the yard, and Lentini will have to settle for a double. So he is now 1 of 3 in the game, and for Lentini, his 5th double of the year. And here is Dan Lyons to the plate, who has gotten off to a terrific start this afternoon. A double to left in the first, then nearly left the yard, and an infield single to short in the fourth. First pitch on the way to Lyons, and he will swing and tap this one foul, third base side. Right to the bat boy, awaiting it. And the count 0-1. Lyons scored in the 4th inning, his 13th run of the year. Now trying to get his 10th run batted in, with Lentini at second in terrific speed. Here's the 0-1. Lyons lays off this fastball that hits the outside corner for a strike. And Burris gets ahead of the Duck shortstop, 0-2. Ducks have left 3 on base so far in this game, 2 of which have been in scoring position. Lentini takes his lead. Burris comes set. And the 0-2 pitch on the way is a breaking ball that missed low and outside. Good take by Lyons. Count goes to 1-2. Lyons with 4 hits in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday, including a homer. He finished 5 of 7 with 2 homers, 2 RBIs, and 4 runs in the 2 games of the doubleheader. Here's the 1-2. Fastball low in the dirt. This is going to scoot past Flores and go to the backstop. A wild pitch there from Burris, and that allows Lentini to get to third with 2 men out. So Burris trying to throw a fastball down in the zone and ended up having it go through the legs of Flores. Not much you can do with that one. So now at third base is Lentini as the tying run. Lyons has worked the count from 0-2 to 2-2. Burris, after the long look in, gets the sign and comes set. Kicks and fires to the plate, and Lyons will take this breaking ball low once again. Good block at the plate, though, by Flores to keep Lentini at third. The count now full at 3-2, and Lou Ford waiting in the on-deck circle. He has the only RBI of the game today for Long Island thus far. Burris gets the sign from Flores. Lentini leads off third. And the 3-2 pitch to Lyons is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Chased down in the zone. So Burris able to strike out Lyons. His 4th strikeout of the day, and the Ducks leave another runner in scoring position, their 3rd of the day. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for Long Island. 5 in the books here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the Blue Crabs still leading it 2-1.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.pseglyny.com/save money.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Ducks fans follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to beat the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Ducks certainly made a big dent in trying to get to that 100 home run mark, which they missed out on a year ago. In yesterday's doubleheader, 7 home runs combined between the 2 games for Long Island. They came into the Twin Bill with a total of 8 home runs on the year, many of which had started to come lately. And then they put up 7 yesterday to almost double it, now up to 15 on the season. Jamar Walton to lead off in the 6th. He takes a breaking ball low and outside for ball 1. From Bobby Blevins, who begins his 6th inning of work. And it's pitched fairly well today. The 1-0. Walton hits a ground ball sharply to second. Cody Puckett a couple steps to his right. Will field and throw to first for the out. Walton set down, and he is now 1 of 3 with a run batted in on the day. So there's the first out of the 6th, and that will bring up the right fielder Darby Myers. 4 home run game in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday for the Ducks. Their first since September 6th. That was their last 4 home run game. And that coincidentally also came against the Blue Crabs in that wacky 16-14 win here at Bethpage Ballpark. First pitch to Darby Myers is popped up. Third base side, foul territory. Mike Blank giving this one a look onto the warning track. He runs out of room though. And this will land in the second row in section 103 off to the third base side of home plate. So the count 0-1. In that 4 home run game in September 6th of last year, Anthony Vega, Phelan Lentini, Randy Ruiz, and Nelfi Zapata all hit home runs for Long Island. 2 of those 4 back with the Ducks this year, Vega and Lentini. Be an 0-1 pitch coming up to Myers, who is 0 for 2 in this game. Blevins winds and fires. Myers will swing and pop it up again. Foul territory back behind the plate. Blank near that Ducks logo. Ball is spiraling back towards the home plate area, and it ends up dropping in between Blank and Blevins. So Myers stays alive, and now behind in the count at 0-2. That swirling wind that is blowing out to right field, really making things difficult for some of these players today, especially on these foul pops near home plate. And it looked like Blank had overran it a bit and then tried to come back towards home plate, and it ended up falling, like I said, in between him and Blevins, who was chasing after it as well. Now the 0-2 on the way to Myers. Slider taken low. And it's 1-2. Myers had bounced back to the mound in the second inning and then popped out to right field to end the third when the Blue Crabs put both of their runs on the scoreboard. A 1-2 pitch popped up in the air to right center field, drifting over to his right, Phelan Lentini. And he'll make the catch for out number 2 in the inning. That's now 4 straight retired for Blevins. Through the first 5 2/3 innings of this game, has given up 6 hits. Only the 2 runs, though. He has walked a couple of batters and struck out 6. So overall, a pretty good day for him thus far. Just those 2 2-out runs in the third that he would certainly like to have back. The RBI double from Wilson, the RBI single from Walton. Though hasn't gotten too much help from his offense, who has left 3 runners in scoring position in this game. First pitch on the way here to Bryant Nelson, and he'll take a fastball at the knees for a called strike. count 0-1. Apologize for the loud shrieking of a quacker right below us here in the broadcast booth. So it is 0-1 on Nelson, who doubled to right his last time up, leading off the 4th inning. The 0-1 here is lined in the air towards shallow center. On the run, Blake T. Cody, and he'll make the head-high catch, losing his hat in the process. But he is able to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 is Blevins. Blue Crabs go in order. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and it's the Blue Crabs still in front of the Ducks 2-1.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Dowd, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Bottom half of the 6th inning with the Ducks trailing the Blue Crabs 2-1. Michael Pollock here with you on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Thanks so much for tuning in here on your Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you joining us. Been a good pitcher's duel so far between the alliteration pitchers on the mound. It is Bobby Blevins for the Ducks and Brian Burris, the Killer Bees on both sides. And so far, Burris has outdueled Blevins ever so slightly. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Blue Crabs, 1 run, 4 hits for the Ducks. No errors on either side. The Ducks will send the heart of their order up to the plate here in the 6th inning. It'll be Ford, Colvin, and Puckett trying to get something going against the Blue Crabs left-hander. First pitch to Ford is popped up in the air to shallow right center. Out is the second baseman, Garcia, and he'll make the catch in shallow right for the first out of the inning. So on one pitch, Ford is retired. He has driven in the only run of the game back in the 4th with the RBI double over the head of Myers in right. So with 1 away, that'll bring up the first baseman, Tyler Colvin, who will bat from the left side. Much like Nate Fryman has gotten off to a little bit of a slow start, but Fryman then all of a sudden heated up and promptly got signed by the Red Sox. First pitch fastball here misses off the outside corner for ball 1 in this lefty-to-lefty matchup. Colvin 0 for 2 in the game, a strikeout in the first inning and a fly out to left in the 4th. 1-0, taken low again. And it is 2 balls and no strikes on Colvin. Good hitters count. Colvin does have a good amount of power. 49 home runs combined in the big leagues over 6 seasons. The 2-0, ground ball here hit to second. It's gobbled up by Garcia, and his throw over to first is in time for the out. So Colvin is retired on the ground out to second. 2 quick outs for Burris. And that will bring up Cody Puckett. Burris at 92 pitches, 58 for strikes. And you wonder if this will be all for the right-hander in this inning or if he will come back out for the 7th, depending on how the rest of the inning goes. Meanwhile, on the other side, Blevins has thrown 83 pitches for the Ducks, 59 for strikes. So certainly could see him come back out for a 7th inning. First pitch to Cody Puckett is off the outside corner for ball 1. Puckett, the Ducks' second baseman, is 0 for 1 with a walk in the game. He bounced to second in the second inning and drew that walk in the 4th. 1-0. Fastball taken low and inside for ball 2. 3 home runs on the year for Puckett, all of the 2-run variety. And 2 have come the last 2 days. I had 1 here yesterday and 1 on Friday night. The 2-0. That is up and away on a fastball from Burris. And Puckett one ball away from drawing his second walk of the day. Puckett was 3 for 3 in the opening game of the doubleheader yesterday with 2 RBIs and a run on that home run. The 3-0 taken all the way, and that misses low, ball 4. So the second walk of the game issued by Burris. Both have been to Cody Puckett. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, Blacker Jack Foundation wins. So the Ducks get the tying run on a 2-out walk, and let's see if Long Island can take advantage. Here is Blake T. Cody to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day, with a ground out to second and a foul pop to the catcher. Lefty to lefty. And the first pitch on the way is swung on and missed. Blew the fastball by T. Cody, and the count 0-1. Burris this year holding left-handed hitters to a .250 batting average to this point entering the game. The 0-1, a half swing and a ball diving down and away, and Chris Engstrand appeals to the third base umpire Joe Iglio, who says he did not go around. So that will even things up at 1-1. Meanwhile, Blake T. Cody came in hitting .207 against left-handed pitching, .250 against righties. The 1-1, fouled back to the screen behind home plate. A good cut by T. Cody, just missed. Fouled it straight back, and it's 1-2. Lots of kids out at the ballpark today as part of this Sunday Family Fun Day activities. Getting excited to run the bases once this game is complete. Sunday afternoon affair here at Bethpage Ballpark. It'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up. Burris looks to Puckett at first, deals, and T. Cody fouls it over the screen back behind the plate. So a good 2-strike swing to stay alive, makes contact with the ball, and fouls it back. Ducks were dominant against the Blue Crabs in the season series last year, going 14-6 against Southern Maryland and going 10-2 at home. The 1-2, T. Cody, a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Flores for strike 3. So Blake T. Cody is 0 for 3, and that is the 5th strikeout of the day for Burris. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left on base for Long Island. 6 complete on this Sunday afternoon, and it's the Blue Crabs still in front 2-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Jack Snodgrass, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
To the 7th inning we go with the Blue Crabs leading the Ducks 2-1. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn shop on your next visit to Bethpage Ballpark, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. Well, Bobby Blevins' day is done. A strong start from the right-hander, but he will leave at worst with a loss and best with a no decision. And if a loss is the way his day ends, a hard luck loss, a quality start for the right-hander today, just has not been able to get the run support as Long Island's offense has been held mostly quiet against Brian Burris. And so with the new pitcher coming in, it's left-hander Yuri De La Rosa. Kevin Baez calling on the lefty. With two of them scheduled to come up in this inning, it's the bottom three of the order. Angel Flores a righty, then you've got Eric Garcia and John DeZamba, who are both lefties. So Kevin Baez calls on De La Rosa. We will see if he is able to keep this a 2-1 game going into the 7th inning stretch. Angel Flores will get things started for the Blue Crabs. De La Rosa comes set, and his first pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a strike, 0-1. Flores in this game, 1 for 2, a single to right in the second and a ground out to short in the fourth. Here comes an 0-1. The kick and the pitch on the way, swung on and hit high in the air to left, fairly well hit towards the line. On the run is Anthony Vega. He'll get to the spot and make the catch. And Flores retired for the first out here in the 7th inning. Well, the numbers on De La Rosa a bit skewed from a rough first outing. On the year overall, he is 0-1 with a 4.91 ERA in 9 games. First game, though, gave up all 4 runs. In the 8 games since, he has not given up anything. So 7 1/3 scoreless innings since that first game. He's given up 8 hits and 1 walk total, striking out 13. And last pitched here on Friday night. First pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a strike by the lefty swinging Garcia. 0-1. Garcia 0 for 2 in the game. De La Rosa came in the 8th inning with the tying run at second and 2 out, and got Brian Nelson to hit a foul pop to third, or tying run at the plate, excuse me. Breaking ball here, cut on and missed. And the count goes to 0-2. So the tying run was at the plate in Brian Nelson. Kevin Baez wanted the lefty De La Rosa to turn Nelson around to the right side, where at the time he was hitting just 080 against lefty pitching, and indeed it worked. The Ducks are able to go on and win the game. The 0-2 fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Second time Garcia has struck out in the game. First strikeout for De La Rosa, 7th for Ducks pitching, and with 2 away, that will bring up John DeZamba. Final line on Bobby Blevins today. He goes 6 innings, gives up 6 hits and 2 runs, both of which were earned, both coming in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Blevins walked 2, struck out 6 through 83 pitches, 59 of them 4 strikes. So 2 down and the base is empty. That'll bring John DeZamba to the plate. DeZamba will hit from the left side first pitch, and the breaking ball misses low and outside for ball 1. The group from Northside Elementary School in Farmingdale getting ready to sing God Bless America out in front of the broadcast booth on the lower concourse when we hit the 7th inning stretch. 1-0. That breaking ball catches the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. DeZamba 1 for 2. He's single to right in the 3rd, but was caught stealing second, one of 2 caught stealings on the day. Retired by Mike Blank, the catcher for Long Island. And a fly out to center in the 4th for DeZamba. Here comes a 1-1. De La Rosa kicks and fires. DeZamba takes a fastball a little bit high. And that will run the count to 2-1. Infield, for the most part, playing straight away. The first baseman, Colvin, plays a little bit closer to the line. De La Rosa's 2-1. Kicks and deals. DeZamba takes low and outside. De La Rosa upset with himself after that pitch. Slammed his fist in his glove. He knows this is why he was brought in, to retire lefty hitters. We got Garcia on a strikeout, and now he's got DeZamba ahead in the count 3-1. Kicking the pitch from De La Rosa. Swung on and grounded towards the middle. Cody Puckett will not be able to get it. It's into center field for a base hit. So DeZamba has his second hit of the day, the 7th for Southern Maryland. And the Blue Crabs with a runner at first and 2 men out.
Maryland Blue Crabs with center fielder number 19, Gary Brown, number 19.
So we'll go back to the top of the order. And Gary Brown, who has been on base twice, will come to the plate. Baez will stick with the lefty De La Rosa with the righty hitter at the plate. First offering is a throw over to first, and just getting back is DeZamba. The DH, no stolen bases on the season. His first attempt was when he was caught stealing back in the 3rd. De La Rosa comes set again. And his first pitch on the way is swung on and missed. Good fastball diving down and away. De La Rosa, 2 seasons of Major League experience with the Diamondbacks in 2013 and 2014. He was a MinorLeagueBaseball.com organization all-star for Arizona in 2012. Now the 0-1. De La Rosa deals. Brown a swing and a miss. This time a breaking ball. And Brown cut right through it. De La Rosa ahead 0-2 and 1 strike away from getting through the inning unharmed. Blue Crabs 2, Ducks 1. Top of the 7th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Final game of this 4-game series and this 7-game homestand for the Ducks. 0-2 the count. De La Rosa will throw over to first again to check on DeZamba. Nothing doing there. Another crowd of over 5,000 here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Sunday afternoon. A chilly, windy day, but a good game between these two teams thus far. Ducks just haven't been able to get the offense going yet. Still plenty of time, though, and now time called. De La Rosa was coming set on the mound. Now ready, and the 0-2 on the way from De La Rosa to Brown. He kicks and fires, and Brown will take a breaking ball low in the dirt. Blocked by Blank. So that runs the count to 1-2. Brown was 0 for 4 in the nightcap yesterday, only managed to reach on a walk in the 8th inning. De La Rosa got the first 2 out in 5 pitches, but gave up a single to DeZamba. And now has a 1-2 count on Brown. Long look in again for the sign from Blank. Now he's ready. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up. He kicks and fires, and Brown will swing and pop this one up foul. First base side out of play. Just caught a piece to stay alive. Well, we'll see what Jeremy Owens does in the bottom half of this inning, whether he goes back to Burris. His left-hander is at 101 pitches, 62 for strikes. I have to think at that point he would turn it over to his bullpen. But Burris has done such a good job keeping the Ducks lineup quiet in this game that you never know. So we'll do it again at 1-2. De La Rosa comes set. Kicks and fires, and Brown will take a called strike 3. Nice 2-seam fastball over the inside corner from De La Rosa. He strikes out 2, and the side is retired in the 7th. So, for the Blue Crabs, no runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. Time to stretch here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks trailing 2-1. We'll turn things over now to the Northside Elementary School. They're from Farmingdale, and they're going to perform God Bless America here on this Sunday afternoon.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the lights from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
A very nice job from the Northside Elementary School of Farmingdale. 2-1 Blue Crabs. We head to the bottom of the 7th here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Nick Struck, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time. He reaches up. It's gone! Great value every time. And the Ducks have won it 7-1. The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
So we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Jeremy Owens is going to stick with his lefty, Brian Burris, who has had 101 pitches in this game. It'll be the bottom 3 in the order for Long Island, Blank, Vega, and Wessinger, with the Ducks trailing by a run, 2-1 the score. Long Island are trying to pull even here and give themselves the opportunity to earn their second series sweep of the season over Southern Maryland. Mike Blank takes a breaking ball inside for ball 1. As we get underway here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Ducks have been held to just 4 hits in this game, 3 of them doubles, and of those 3 doubles, none of those runners have come across to score. Blank takes ball 2, and he's now ahead of 2 balls and no strikes. So far in the game, he has grounded to short and struck out swinging. From the windup, the 2-0. Blank swings and crushes one foul down the third base line. A bullet off the bat of the Ducks catcher, right into the front row. And a hard swing, but just out in front of it was Blank. So it's now 2-1. Burris winds, fires to the plate, and Blank will take this breaking ball in for a strike. Blank has been caught looking at that breaking ball for the majority of this game today. Nasty stuff from the left-hander. So now a 2-2 count. Burris ready to deal, and Blank will swing and pop this one up foul down the right field line. Another off-speed pitch thrown by the left-hander. He knows that he's had Blank's number on that most of the day, and I think he's going to continue to keep going back to it to try and keep him off balance. Another 2-2. Burris deals, and Blank will swing and ground this one foul third base line. That looked like a fastball down in the zone. But Blank doing a good job once again of fighting off the tough pitch and staying alive at the plate. Seventh pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Kicking the pitch on the way from Burris, and Blank will take a breaking ball low. Good eye this time from the catcher. That works the count to 3-2. The Ducks just looking to get a runner on base here to start things off. And drive up Brian Burris' pitch count more to the point where Owens has to think about taking him out of this game. Blank asked for time as Burris was not ready yet. Anthony Vega waiting on deck, and then he'll be followed by Matt Wessinger. The 3-2. Lined over third, but foul. Looks like that one jammed Blank and actually broke his bat, so he's going to head back to the first base dugout to get a fresh piece of lumber. And we will do it once again with the count full at 3-2. So Blank is ready to go now as he'll walk back to the home plate circle. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up from Burris to Blank. The third baseman, Brian Nelson, plays close to the line. The second baseman, Garcia, shaded up the middle a bit. Time called here as some wind picked up and started blowing some of the dirt across the field. Burris ready. And the 3-2 to Blank. Missed up and inside, ball 4. So a great at-bat from Mike Blank as he draws the leadoff walk on 9 pitches in the 7th. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. Jeremy Owens on the top step of the dugout, along with pitching coach Bill Bliss. He is clapping along with encouragement. And with the left-hander coming to the plate in Anthony Vega, this could be Burris' last batter. You have 4 righties following. So we'll see if this is it for Burris. Here's Vega to the plate, squares to bunt, and bunts through it for strike 1. He tried to lay it down to get Blank to second, but he did go through with the bunt, and so the count is now 0-1. From the stretch is Burris, throws over to first. Blank dives back safely. Blank does not have a ton of speed, so I don't think Kevin Baez would put him in motion at all here, but wants to see if Vega can get the bunt down. No sacrifice bunts on the year for Vega. The Ducks as a team with 9. Nelson creeps in on the grass at third. 0-1 from Burris. Vega squares, and he's able to bunt it beautifully. First base line, picked up by the first baseman Wilson. He throws to the second baseman Garcia covering. But the sacrifice is successful for Anthony Vega. The putout goes 3-4. And down to second is Blank as the tying run. And just like that, Jeremy Owens will come out of the dugout as expected. And I think he is going to go to his bullpen and call on a right-hander to face Matt Wessinger. So Owens does indeed point down to the bullpen. That will spell the end of the day for Brian Burris. A strong start from the left-hander. He leaves in line for the win. So the Ducks have the tying run at second, 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning, and a pitching change here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, as expected, after Anthony Vega lays down the sacrifice bunt to get Mike Blank, who drew an inning-opening walk on 9 pitches, gets him over to second base. Jeremy Owens makes his first pitching change of the day. He calls on the right-hander Justin Berg. So he will come out of the bullpen with right-handed hitting Matt Wessinger due up to the plate. Now, Kevin Baez does have a lefty on his bench in Sean Burrows, who has obviously been a clutch hitter for the most part for Long Island, although Kevin Baez did say before the game that he intended to keep Burrows out of the game today, wanted to get him some extra rest. He's been a little banged up of late, nothing of any note to speak of, but wants to get him some extra rest, so that's why he signed the nightcap of yesterday's game after the Ducks won the opener, and why he is out of the lineup today. Ducks have the travel day tomorrow, and then they open up the series on Tuesday morning in Sugarland. So it will be Matt Wessinger who comes up to the plate against Berg, who on the season is 0-3. He has a 6.57 ERA in 9 games. Pitched in the nightcap yesterday through a scoreless inning. Wessinger did not face him. Only threw 8 pitches, though, in that inning. First pitch here, Wessinger takes a fastball upstairs from the righty. And the count goes to 1-0. So again, Mike Blank is the runner at second base, representing the tying run with 1 out. And the Ducks trailing 2-1. Wessinger 0 for 2 in the game with a ground out to short and a fly out to right. The 1-0 from Berg. And Wessinger swings. It's a ground ball to short. Blank racing for third. Lombardozzi fields off balance. His throw to first is in time. So Wessinger retired on the ground out to short. Moving to third is Blank. And now the tying run 90 feet away. And up to the plate will step Phelan Lentini.
Right fielder number 22, Phelan Lentini, number 22.
So Blank, getting a good read on that baseball, was able to make it to third on a slow roller off the bat of Matt Wessinger. He is at third. Berg will obviously have to be careful here not to throw any balls down in the dirt, lest one get past Flores and the tying run come home to score. Here's Lentini, who's 1 for 3 with a double. First pitch, and takes one low. It gets through the legs of the catcher, Flores, and in to score is Mike Blank. So as I just said, that Berg has to be careful. He throws one low in the zone, unable to keep it at home plate. Was Flores. It's a pass ball. Second for Flores of the game, and you could tell he was upset afterwards that he wasn't able to keep that one in front of him. So now the game tied at 2. 1-0 to Lentini is a breaking ball in for a strike, and the count 1-1. So what does that do? It denies Burris of a win after his tremendous start today. And it takes Bobby Blevins off the hook for the loss after his quality start. And so that means the game will be decided by the bullpens. The 1-1, swinging and a miss as he chases downstairs. And so now the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lentini with a double back in the 5th inning was stranded at third base. The 1-2 on the way from Berg. And Lentini lines one over into right field. That is going to dunk in for a base hit. It bounces and it's going to get past Myers. On his way to second is Lentini. And he will get there safely. So Phelan Lentini makes his way on with the hit to right. And he's able to end up at second base. So that makes that run earned, as Blank would have scored anyway had the hit by Lentini happen. And now Dan Lyons will step up to the plate. First pitch is in for a called strike. That will rule it a single for Lentini, and then he goes to second on the E9. But Lentini is 2 for 4 on the day. And count 0-1 on Lyons, who is 2 for 3 on the day. This pitch misses low. Lentini thought about going for third, but it did not ricochet far enough away from the catcher Flores. So that keeps things even at a ball and a strike. And now with that single and then the error as the ball bounced over the head of Myers, who had come too far in on it. Lentini at second, a base hit here from Lyons could give the Ducks the lead. Here comes the 1-1. Lyons takes inside from Berg for a ball. It's 2-1. So that run that scored on the pass ball, Mike Blank's run, was charged to Brian Burris. And the runner at second, Lentini, the responsibility of the man on the mound, Justin Berg. Lyons a check swing. They appeal to first. Warren Nicholson says he did not go around, so now Lyons ahead at 3-1. Lou Ford waiting in the on-deck circle, who has driven in a run today. Tie game at 2. Ducks have closed to within 2 in the hit column as well. 7-5 in favor of Southern Maryland. Lentini leads from second, and Berg's 3-1 to Lyons is a fastball taken for a strike. Berg challenged Lyons. The shortstop took the pitch for strike 2. It's now a full count with 2 outs. Lentini will not be going on the pitch since it's not a force. And now a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch from Berg to Lyons. He kicks, he fires. Lyons will swing and ground this one as short. Lombardozzi will pick it up. He throws to first, and it gets past the first baseman, Wilson. In to score is going to be Lentini. And the Ducks take a 3-2 lead here in the 7th inning. That will bring Jeremy Owens out from the dugout, and he's going to try and calm down his right-hander, Justin Berg, whose defense has let him down. So it will be an infield single for Dan Lyons, his 3rd hit of the game on the ground ball to short. As Lyons looked like he was going to beat it out anyway, and then the throw ricocheted off of past the first baseman Wilson, and it looked like it hit the Ducks' first base coach, who looks like it is Sean Burrows, but I cannot tell for sure. And when the ball hit and went past Wilson, Lentini was able to score, so the Ducks have the 3-2 lead. And the first pitch here is taken low for ball 1. So the Ducks taking advantage of some defensive miscues for Southern Maryland, and they are now in front by a count of 3-2. Ford takes a breaking ball in for a strike. He's 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI double in the 4th. What a wacky inning here in this 7th inning. 2 errors in the inning for Southern Maryland. A pass ball that scored the tying run. A throw over to first chases Lyons back. And boy, is Dan Lyons heating up. Combined for 5 hits in the 2 games of the doubleheader yesterday. And now he's got 3 more hits today. Here comes the 1-1 from Berg. Ford swings and misses. Blew the fastball by him. And so now the count 1-2. And again, only that run Lentini was able to score on the error. Had it missed the Ducks' first base coach, which again I think is Burrows, but I can't be sure. I might have gone into the dugout and allowed Lyons to go to second. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and Ford takes a fastball off the outside corner for ball 2. So again, Berg is now in line for the loss if the score holds up. As he is the pitcher of record, the run scoring Lentini charged to him. Although it is an unearned run as of now. The 2-2 pitch, and Ford a half swing on a pitch coming inside. They appeal to first, and Nicholson says he indeed went around for strike 3. So there is the first strikeout from Berg. That will end the inning. But the Ducks are able to take their first lead of the ball game. They get 2 runs, one of which was earned, on a total of 2 hits and 2 big errors. They leave 1 on base. And after 7 innings, it is now the Ducks in front by a count of 3-2.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Anthony Vega, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. To the 8th inning we go. The Ducks have their first lead of the ball game, taking advantage of a pass ball and 2 errors by the Blue Crabs. They now lead 3-2, and so Kevin Baez has called on his setup man, right-hander Amalio Diaz, to come in and pitch here in the 8th. He'll face Lombardozzi, Wilson, and Walton, 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the Blue Crabs. So Bobby Blevins, who left trailing in the game 2-1 and was in line for the loss, will get a no decision here today. Brian Burris, who left with the lead, but with the tying run at second base and 1 out, will get a no decision as a run charged to him. So his final line, 6 1/3 innings today, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned. He walked 3, struck out 5, and threw 1 wild pitch. Final pitch count on the day for him was 112, and he threw 69 of them for strikes. So Jeremy Owens elects to let Burris stay in the game with a righty and a lefty leading off. He gives up the walk, the sac bunt, calls on the righty with 3 righties scheduled to follow, or at least 2 of them, with 1 out in the inning, and they are not able to get the job done. So now the Ducks will try and have their relievers record the final 6 outs of this game and clinch a sweep for the Ducks. Here is Amalio Diaz to face Steve Lombardozzi. The first pitch on the way from Diaz, the fastball lifted foul. Third base side out of play, 0-1. Diaz on the season for the Ducks, a 1-0 record, a 3.38 ERA in 8 games out of the bullpen. He's allowed 3 runs, 7 hits in 8 innings, walked 1 and struck out 7. Now the 0-1. Kicks and comes home, and this one hit on the ground towards the middle, past lines and into center field for a base hit. So Steve Lombardozzi, who had struck out his first 3 times at the plate, all against Bobby Blevins, is able to pick up a base hit to center off of Diaz. And that is how the 8th inning will begin. So the Blue Crabs immediately put the tying run on base in Lombardozzi, who was 5 of 6 in the stolen base department this year. So the Ducks will have to keep a close eye on him. Here is Zach Wilson to the plate, who has been on base twice today. Diaz will look to get the ground ball. We'll see if Wilson tries to bunt. Diaz's first pitch, he does not square, and he ends up taking a breaking ball in at the knees for strike 1. Wilson has not laid down a sacrifice bunt this year. He walked in the first, an RBI double and a run in the third. Struck out looking in the 5th. From the stretch, the 0-1. Lombardozzi takes his lead. Diaz turns, throws over, and just back ahead of the tag is Lombardozzi. Diaz pitched in game 1 yesterday through a scoreless inning in the 6th. No hits, runs, or walks, struck out 1. Middle infielders are at double play depth, but big holes on each side of the infield between second and first and short and third. The 0-1. Breaking ball just missed outside, and that will even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jamar Walton waiting in the on-deck circle. He is 1 of 3 on the day. Matt Wessinger hugging the line at third. Tyler Colvin holding on the runner at first. The 1-1 from Diaz. Turns and throws over again, and Lombardozzi is back safely ahead of the tag. $5,443 here on this Sunday afternoon. Witnessing a good one between these two teams. The 1-1. Diaz kicks and fires. ripped into left field, a base hit for Wilson. Lombardozzi will go to second and stop right there as Vega fires back in. Back-to-back singles for the Blue Crabs to open up the 8th inning, and they are in business against the Ducks right-hander, Amalio Diaz.
Blue Crabs left fielder number 6, Jamar Walton. Number 6.
Toughest part of the order to face with the way that Lombardozzi has hit this year, the way Wilson has come on of late. So 2 on with nobody out. Here is Jamar Walton to the plate, who has not laid down a bunt this year. I would have to expect, even though he is the cleanup hitter in the order, that Jeremy Owens might think about trying to get him to bunt the runners over in this position. Though it is a lefty hitter against the righty pitcher. Diaz comes set. The runners lead. First pitch on the way. Walton does not square, and he takes the fastball outside from Diaz for ball 1. Walton a pop out to center in the first, an RBI single to left in the third, and a ground out to second in the 6th. And now a 1-ball, no-strike pitch coming up from Diaz. Gets the sign and comes set. The 1-0, and Walton will swing and ground this one foul up the first baseline. Grabbed there by, it appears to be Darrell Thompson, who is coaching over at first base, and that'll even up the count at 1-1. The middle infielders are still back at about double play depth. The corner infielders started in and now creeping back a little bit. Colvin at first and Wessinger at third. Now everybody is about halfway. The middle infielders a little bit further back. Here comes a 1-1 to Walton. Pitch on the way from Diaz. Now Walton squares to bunt. He pops it up foul third base side. This will go to the dugout. So Walton trying to surprise everybody with the infielders moving back a bit, trying to bunt. Wasn't able to get it down, and now Diaz ahead at a ball and 2 strikes. Lombardozzi at second represents the tying run. Wilson at first, the go-ahead run, with the Ducks leading 3-2, top of the 8th inning. Nobody out, and Diaz with a 1-2 count on Jamar Walton. Right-hander comes set. And his 1-2 pitch on the way. Walton swings and misses for strike 3. Blew the fastball by him upstairs. A big out for Diaz. His first strikeout of the day, the 9th for Ducks pitching. And there's one away here in the 8th inning.
Right fielder number 4, Darby Myers.
Final line on Yuri De La Rosa. He goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, no runs, no walks, and struck out 2. Here is Darby Myers to the plate. He is 0 for 3.
I was literally driving everywhere.
Amalio Diaz has to retie his left cleat on the mound, so he takes care of that. Now Myers will step up to the plate. Obviously, Diaz looking for the ground ball here, though Myers does have terrific speed. So it will not be easy to turn a double play unless it's hit sharply right at one of the infielders. First pitch from Diaz to Myers in this righty-righty matchup. Kicks and fires, and this hit on the ground weakly towards first. Colvin will field. He will flip it to Diaz, covering, not in time. They say that Myers was able to beat it out. It's going to be an infield single. And the Blue Crabs have the bases loaded with 1 out, and Bryant Nelson coming up to the plate. It was hit right in that hole between first and second. Colvin went to get it instead of Puckett. But in either case, it was going to be difficult for either of them to try and retire Myers with his speed and the way that ball was hit. So now the bases are loaded with 1 out. The tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second, and Amalio Diaz will face Bryant Nelson. The righty pitcher will face the switch hitter, will bat from the left side rather than turning Nelson around to the right side. First pitch on the way from Diaz to Nelson. He kicks, he fires. Nelson will take a fastball low and a great scoop out of the dirt by Mike Blank to keep the runners where they are. The count is 1-0 on Nelson, who is 1 for 3 with a double to right back in the 4th. Nelson does not have a ton of speed, and so the Ducks are hoping for a ground ball here off of his bat. Lombardozzi at third, Wilson at second, Myers at first. Diaz gets the sign and comes set. Here's the 1-0. The kick and the pitch, and Nelson will take a fastball. It missed inside, and now Diaz behind it. 2 balls and no strikes. There is action for the Ducks in their bullpen down the right field line. Cannot see exactly who is throwing, but there are a couple of arms. There is somebody that is throwing in that bullpen down the right field line. We did see a baseball pop up over the wall. Runners lead from every base, and now time is called. Blank wants to go out and talk things over with Diaz, and he's calling the home plate umpire Chris Engstrom to come out just to be able to hear the conversation, to hear that they're going over the signs so as to not charge the Ducks with a defensive timeout. So Amalio Diaz, who gave up back-to-back singles, struck out Jamar Walton, got Myers to hit a weak ground ball, but his speed won out, and that loaded up the bases for Bryant Nelson, the former Duck trying to victimize his old team. And now Diaz behind it 2-0. Kicks and fires. Nelson will take a fastball downstairs, ball 3, and another out of the zone from Diaz would force home the tying run. Nelson showing patience here against the right-hander who has not been able to find the strike zone on 3 straight pitches. Diaz working himself into trouble in this top of the 8th inning. Here comes the 3-0 from the right-hander. Fires to the plate, and Nelson will take a fastball that missed low for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Nelson with the bases loaded. That will force in a run, and the Blue Crabs have tied the game at 3. So after a dominant inning in yesterday's first game of the doubleheader, Diaz does not have his best stuff here in this game. And a bases loaded walk to Bryant Nelson has allowed Southern Maryland to retie the ball game after they blew the lead in the bottom of the 7th. Marty Jansen, the pitching coach, out of the dugout to talk things over with his right-hander and try and get him to settle down here, because now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away at third base, and there are also runners at first and second. A chance now for the Blue Crabs to retake the lead.
Blue Crabs catcher number 17, Angel Flores, number 17.
So a brand new ball game here at 3-3. Angel Flores now steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 3 on the day. 10 hits in the game for Southern Maryland, and they have the bases loaded with 1 out. First pitch coming from Diaz. Kicks and fires, and Flores will take a breaking ball for a strike. A sarcastic cheer from the crowd, and it's 0-1. Again, Diaz looking for that ground ball. Myers at second, Wilson at third, Nelson at first. And time is now called. The bases loaded walk to Nelson. Gives him his 7th run batted into the year, his 8th walk of the season. Now it'll be an 0-1 from the right-hander. Set at the belt. He fires to the plate. Flores on the ground, up the middle into center field, base hit. Wilson will score. Around third is Myers. The throw to the plate is cut off. A 2-run single up the middle for Angel Flores, and the Blue Crabs lead it 5-3 in the 8th inning. So Amalio Diaz unable to get the job done here in the 8th, as 5 of the first 6 that he faces in the 8th all reach base. For Flores, his 5th and 6th runs batted into the year, and that will be all for Diaz on this Sunday afternoon. So Kevin Baez out of the dugout. He will take the baseball from his right-hander. Not the day that Diaz wanted, and he is unable to get the job done and keep the Ducks in front 3-2. 3 have scored in this 8th inning. The Blue Crabs lead 5-3. Another pitching change here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northwell Health Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and Northwell Health Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at northwell.edu.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, a tough day for Amalio Diaz as he comes in to pitch in the 8th inning, with the Ducks scoring 2 in the bottom of the 7th to take a 3-2 lead. But he allows back-to-back singles to Lombardozzi and Wilson to start the inning, gets a big strike out of Walton, and got Myers to hit a ground ball to the right side. However, his speed won out. He beat out the play at first. And since then, Diaz threw 4 straight out of the zone to walk Nelson and force home the tying run. And on an 0-1 pitch, gave up a 2-run single up the middle to Angel Flores, who came into the game hitting just 188 on the season. So Diaz allowing 4 hits and a walk in the inning. Just a third of an inning of work for him. He is lifted, and now Patrick Kreider will come on to pitch for Long Island. And he will face the lefty Eric Garcia and have to find some way to get out of this inning without any further damage. Ducks do not want to fall far behind here with only a couple innings to go if they want to have a chance to come back in this game. And the way Long Island's offense has gone of late, they certainly have plenty of time to do so, but they cannot let Southern Maryland take advantage here. So the bullpen, which was very strong in yesterday's doubleheader, they did not allow a single run in relief. Diaz not the case here today. And the first pitch on the way here to Garcia is popped in the air to left field shallow. Coming in is Vega, going out is Lyons. The shortstop Lyons will make the catch. Vega was coming hard and went into a slide to stop himself from hitting into Dan Lyons, who made that running catch. So that is the second out of the inning. 1 pitch, Kreider gets Garcia. Now with 2 outs, that will leave it up to John DeZamba, the 8th man to come to the plate in the inning. Kreider has pitched in now 12 games this year. This is his 12th. 1-0 record, 0 ERA. He's allowed just 1 hit and 1 unearned run over 6 2/3 innings, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. First pitch on the way is a breaking ball in for a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1 on DeZamba, who has 2 singles on the day, a base hit to right in the 4th, a base hit to center in the 7th. Was caught stealing back in inning number 3. Nelson at second, Flores at first with 2 down. And the 0-1 from Kreider. Kicks and fires. DeZamba swing and a miss. Good fastball down and in. And now the count 0-2. Kreider throwing his hard fastball. Gets DeZamba to swing through it. And now 1 strike away from getting through this 8th inning without anything further coming home. Runners lead from first and second with 2 out. And the 0-2 from Kreider. DeZamba, a swing and a miss, strike 3. He chased the slider down and away. So Patrick Kreider comes in, throws 4 pitches. He's able to get the job done and strike out DeZamba after getting the pop out from Garcia. But the damage done in the inning, Blue Crab scored 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 on base. A rough inning for Amalio Diaz. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Ducks will need to try and come from behind once again as they trail 5-3.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dan Blewett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel. youtube.com/ducksbaseball.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Pave your way.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owls party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. On to the bottom half of the 8th inning as the Long Island Ducks now find themselves behind once again. They had at one point trailed 2-0. They cut it to 2-1 in the 4th and then took the 3-2 lead in the 7th on a pass ball and a throwing error from Steve Lombardozzi. But in the 8th, Amalio Diaz struggles on the mound and allows 3 runs on 4 hits and a walk in just a third of an inning. And Patrick Ryder has to come on, retire the 2 lefties that he faces to get through the rest of the inning. But now the Ducks find themselves in a hole yet again. And it will be Colvin, Puckett, and T. Cody coming to the plate in the 8th against Justin Berg, who came on in relief of Burris and threw the pass ball that scored the tying run and allowed a couple of singles, as well as was on the mound when those 2 errors were committed by the right fielder Myers and the shortstop Lombardozzi. So we'll see what Berg can do. Here's Colvin to the plate. He takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike, and the count 0-1. Colvin today is 0 for 3. Strikeout, a fly out to left, and a ground out to second. Now the 0-1. And he'll take a fastball down low this time to even up the count at a ball and a strike. The Ducks have done a great job of rallying this year and coming from behind, especially against the Blue Crabs. They did so yesterday when they went behind 4-0 in Game 1 and came back to win it 9-5. The 1-1. Colvin lays off the high breaking ball, and now a 2-1 count. On the year, Long Island with 5 come-from-behind victories. And they're also undefeated when leading after 7 innings. So that is in danger right now. They led it 3-2 after 7. The 2-1, ground ball to the right side and through. A base hit for Colvin, and that's a great way to start off. As Tyler Colvin picks up his first hit of the day, second as a Duck. And he is on to lead off the 8th inning. So with 1 on and nobody out, up to the plate steps Cody Puckett from the right side.
Cody Puckett, number 2.
Puckett 0 for 1 on the day, but has drawn a couple of walks. That hit from Tyler Colvin, the first hit of the day from a Duck in the 4 through 9 spot of the order. All 6 hits beforehand had come from the top 3. And now the pitching coach for the Blue Crabs, Bill Bliss, will come out of the dugout to have a conversation with Berg. Southern Maryland has a total of 7 pitchers listed in their bullpen. 2 lefties, Scott Main is one, and Jeff Urlaub is the other. As for the righties, you have Justin Berg, the man on the mound, Cody Epley, Brian Brenning, Mabry Moore, and Orlando Santos. Epley is the closer for this Blue Crabs team. Southern Maryland is a team with just 1 save this year. Again, they entered today 6-17 on the season. So 1 on, nobody out. Here is Cody Puckett to the plate. After the conversation on the mound, first pitch from Berg, and Puckett takes a fastball inside and low for ball 1. Puckett, the last 2 days, has hit a 2-run home run. And trying to make it 3 for 3 here would tie the game. The 1-0, swinging a tapper up the third baseline. It'll go foul. Trying to pull a pitch on the outside part of the plate. And now we're leaving things up at 1-1. Blake T. Cody waiting on deck for Long Island, who finds themselves in a 2-run hole after the 3-run top of the 8th inning. Tyler Colvin takes his lead at first. He's being held on by Zach Wilson. The 1-1 from Berg. Kicks and fires. Puckett swings a ground ball to the left side. The shortstop, Lombardozzi, on the backhand, is able to go to second for the force. And that is all they will get. So a 6-4 fielder's choice off the bat of Cody Puckett. Tyler Colvin does not have great speed running from first to second. Had a guy like Lentini or Vega be running, that probably would have been an infield single. Instead, it goes as a 6-4 fielder's choice on the chopper to short. 1 on with 1 out. And here is Blake T. Cody to the plate from the left side. First pitch, T. Cody, a swing and a foul tip on a fastball from Berg. The count 0-1. T. Cody, a ground out to second in the second inning, a foul pop to the catcher in the fourth, and a strikeout in the 6th. So Blake T. Cody is looking for his first hit of the day. Had 3 hits in the nightcap yesterday. The 0-1 down in the dirt, good block by Flores. Now we'll even things up at 1-1. He was 0 for 3 with a run scored in Game 1, but 3 for 4 with the homer, the RBI, and 2 runs scored in Game 2. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 on for the Ducks as Puckett leads off first. The pitch to T. Cody. Breaking ball taken low and inside. Thought about going but held up. And now it is 2-1. Again, Berg only threw 8 pitches yesterday. Right now at 27 here today. T. Cody with a 2-1 count, lefty batter against the righty pitcher. Fires to the plate. T. Cody swings, pops this one foul. Third base side out of play. That'll even things up at 2-2. Mike Blank waits in the on-deck circle for Long Island. Southern Maryland tries to protect this 2-run advantage in the bottom of the 8th inning and pick up their first win of the year against Long Island, who has won the first 6 between these two. Long look in here for Berg, and now he will have to go through the signs again with Flores, who asked for time, wants to go through the signs once more. Ducks have already guaranteed themselves a series win by winning the first 3. The 2-2, and T. Cody takes this breaking ball on the outside corner. He called a strike, and there were 2 strikes already on the scoreboard, but the umpire didn't call it as strike 3 as if T. Cody was retired on a strikeout, so that is going to be the second out of the inning. As T. Cody now 0 for 4. Second strikeout for Berg. And with 2 away, that will leave it up to the catcher, Mike Blank.
Mike Blank, number 21.
So here is Blank from the right side. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the game. Scored the tying run in the 7th on the pass ball. And the first pitch here misses low and outside for ball 1. And it tied the game. Then eventually the Ducks took the lead. But a rough inning in the 8th for Amalio Diaz has put the Blue Crabs back on top. A 1-0 from Berg upcoming to Blank. Puckett continues to lead at first. The pitch on the way. He swings and grounds this one to third. Bryant Nelson is there. He'll go the short way to second for the force, and the side is retired in the 8th for Long Island. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. And we will head to the 9th here at Bethpage Ballpark with the Blue Crabs in front 5-3.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, we head to the ninth here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks trailing 5-3. And have you downloaded the Long Island Ducks official mobile app yet? It's powered by ClearVision apps and available on the Apple and Android powered devices. Stay up to date, buy tickets for your hometown team here on Long Island straight on your mobile device. Download the app today for free by visiting the App Store on your Apple powered device or Google Play on your Android powered device. Michael Pollack here. Thanks so much for tuning in on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. We appreciate you joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Been a tough one for the Ducks. They fell behind early, found a way in the bottom of the seventh to come back and take the lead, but then lost it quickly in the top of the eighth. And Southern Maryland 3 defensive outs away from their first win of the year against Long Island. And it would end a 3-game winning streak for the Ducks and be Long Island's first loss of the year when leading after 7 innings. So a new pitcher is in for the Ducks as we head to the ninth, and it is going to be Dan Blewett, a right-hander for Long Island, who did not pitch in yesterday's doubleheader. He did appear here on Friday night and came in to pitch the 8th inning, allowed a leadoff single to Myers, a double to Wilson. Got the next 2 on groundouts. And then De La Rosa got Nelson on the foul pop, so Blue was able to get out of further trouble. First pitch, fastball missed outside for ball 1. And Kevin Baez has said his 7-8-9 combo is typically going to be Blewett, Diaz, and Coffey when the Ducks are winning. When the Ducks took the lead back in the 7th, he went with Diaz in the 8th, and the move just did not work out for him today as Brown takes outside for ball 2 from the right-hander. Blewett gets the sign and comes set. It was 2-0 on the way to Brown. There's a fastball that misses high and inside for ball 3. For the most part, the Ducks bullpen has been very strong. It's been spotty, rough innings here or there that have done some damage for this Ducks team, as this pitch misses high and inside, and not the way that Blewett wants to start the ninth with a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff hitter in the Southern Maryland lineup. That is the 3rd time that Brown has reached. He had an infield single and 2 walks today, along with a pair of strikeouts. So the final line on Amalio Diaz this afternoon, he goes 1/3 of an inning, giving up 4 hits and 3 runs, all of which were earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Kreider goes 2/3 of an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Another fastball that misses from Blewett, this time to Lombardozzi, and the count goes to 1-0. Cannot afford to fall behind further here. The Ducks have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the order in the bottom half of the 9th inning, likely against the righty Cody Epley. Here's the 1-0, and Lombardozzi takes a fastball that missed outside about knee-high, and it's now 2-0 on Lombardozzi. 6 straight out of the zone from Blewett. Gets the sign and comes set. The 2-0, fouled down the third baseline, out of play. Lombardozzi was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts to start the day, but started off that rally in the 8th with a single up the middle against Amalio Diaz. On the count, 2-1. Brown has good speed at first. 3 of 5 now in the stolen base department. He was thrown out once already today by Mike Blank. Here a ground ball to second, sharply hit. Puckett fields, goes to short for one, on to first, and it is in time, double play. Warren Nicholson said that Colvin was able to slap the tag on the back of Lombardozzi running up the first baseline. Lombardozzi says no, and now in an argument with Nicholson. Jeremy Owens is going to come out for the discussion as well. So it is going to be a 4-6-3 double play for the Ducks. And now 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Sharply hit ground ball there, and the throw from Lyons over to first was a little bit off target, allowing Colvin to stretch off the bag, but Nicholson says that he was able to get the back of Lombardozzi's jersey as he was coming by. So 2 outs and the base is empty. And that will bring up the first baseman, Zach Wilson, who has been a thorn in the Ducks' side today. 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored along with a run batted in. Blewett comes set, and his first pitch is a fastball up, called strike on the outside corner. Late call from the home plate umpire, Chris Engstrand, in the count 0-1. Wilson following the Lombardozzi hit with a single to left in the 8th against Diaz on a 1-1 pitch. Here he takes down low as Blewett fired that one about 55 feet to home plate. Bounced in front, and so the count even had a ball and a strike. Again, it'll be 8-9-1 for the Ducks in the bottom of the inning. Due up to the plate, the 1-1. Ripped on the ground at third, fielded by Wessinger. The long throw across the diamond is in time for the out. So Blewett works around the leadoff walk and retires the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Ducks will try and tie this game or waddle off with the win as they trail 5-3.
Hey fans, this is Ty Coffey, right-handed pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Municipal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Ducks. For 100 years, MCU has helped New Yorkers achieve their goals with competitive financial products and services. Meet your important or unexpected needs with an MCU personal loan. Whether it's the cost of moving, a family vacation, or even home repairs, an MCU personal loan is a simple solution. To learn more about how an MCU personal loan can work for you, visit nymcu.org today. MCU, celebrating 100 years of service.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Pave your way.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th here at Bethpage Ballpark. Long Island Ducks trailing the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs by a 5-3 score. Cody Epley, the closer, is on, trying to earn his second save of the year for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And for the Ducks, it'll be Anthony Vega, Matt Wessinger, and Phelan Lentini due up to the plate here in the 9th inning. The Ducks came back from a 2-0 deficit to take a 3-2 lead in the 7th, but gave up 3 runs in the 8th, all at the expense of Amalio Diaz, to allow the Blue Crabs to go back in front. So here is Anthony Vega to lead off. He is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt in this game. First pitch on the way from Epley, and Vega will take a fastball low on the count 1-0. Former Yankee and Cody Epley, a right-hander, on the season, 1-0 record, a 3.24 ERA in 7 games out of the bullpen, and as we mentioned earlier, 1 save. Here's his 1-0, and Vega takes another fastball downstairs. That is ball 2. So a good start to the at-bat for Vega. 8 1/3 innings for Epley. He's given up 9 hits and 3 runs, all of which are earned. 3 walks to 6 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .281 against him. 2-0 the count. The pitch on the way, and Vega will take again, and it misses outside. So Vega now ahead 3-0 on Epley. And 1 ball away from putting the leadoff man on for the Ducks here in the bottom of the 9th. Long Island with 2 walk-off wins this year. The 3-0. There's a fastball strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Both of their walk-off wins came against Lancaster on May 3rd and in game 1 of the doubleheader on May 5th. We'll see if Vega tries to take another pitch here or if he'll be swinging away at 3-1. Epley fires to the plate, and Vega takes another fastball for a strike on the outside corner. The count full at 3-2. So good job by Epley after falling behind 3-0 to fire 2 straight strikes. And now a payoff pitch coming from the righty pitcher to the lefty hitter. Epley out of the stretch is set, and it's 3-2. Swing and a foul tip at home plate. Vega just got a piece to stay alive. We will do it once again at 3-2. Again, the bottom part of the order has struggled today from the 5 spot through the 9 spot. Not 1 hit among the bunch. A total of 3 walks in there, but the top 3 in the order have 6 of the 7 Ducks hits and 2 runs. 3-2 again. Vega swings a ground ball back to the middle and a grab by Epley. Nice play by the pitcher. As he saved the base hit up the middle, he flips to first for the out. And there's 1 away for the Ducks in the bottom of the 9th. Hard hit ground ball, and Epley, who stands in on the mound at 6'5", was able to stick that glove out to his left, and the ball went right into it to deny Vega of the inning opening single. So the base is empty and 1 out. And that will bring Matt Wessinger to the plate. Of course, as the cliche goes, Ducks are looking for a bloop and a blast, trying to get one runner on to bring the tying run to the plate. And nothing Vega did wrong at all. Got ahead in the count 3-0, but Epley just poured strikes in from that point on, forced Vega to swing the bat. First pitch here to Wessinger, and he'll take a fastball strike over the inside corner, 0-1. 0 for 3 on the day is Wessinger, a pair of groundouts to short, sandwiched around a fly out to right. Oh 1, the pitch from Epley, and Wessinger takes a slider over the outside corner, another called strike. And Epley quickly ahead here at 0-2. Blue Crabs trying to snap a 4-game skid. Ducks trying to win their 4th in a row. We mentioned Long Island has already won the series and have a winning record on the homestand. The 0-2, a half swing, and Wessinger went around chasing a slider down and away, strike 3. First strikeout for Epley, the 8th for Blue Crab pitching, and the Ducks are down to their final out here in the series finale.
Right fielder number 22, Phelan Lentini, number 22.
So Phelan Lentini, the last hope for the Ducks, trying to find his way on with Dan Lyons behind him. Lyons hitting 2 home runs yesterday, so they want to get his bat to the plate. And here is Lentini from the right side, who has picked up hits in each of his last 2 at-bats. First pitch on the way. Lentini takes a fastball downstairs, ball 1. After grounding to short his first 2 times up, he doubled off the wall and left, nearly hitting a home run in the 5th, and then singled to right and eventually scored what at the time was the go-ahead run on the throwing error from Lombardozzi. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses outside. Epley thought he had strike 1. Instead, it is ball 2. Wind continuing to whip out to right field on this cloudy Sunday afternoon. Sun has been peeking out every so often, but clouds overhead right now as the Ducks trail 5-3 in the bottom of the 9th. The 2-0. Fastball strike down the middle to Lantini. Count now 2-1. Lantini and Lyons with multiple hits on the afternoon. Lyons has 3 waiting in the on-deck circle, hoping for an opportunity to come up and tie the game here in the 9th. The 2-1. Ground ball right back to the middle. Epley makes the stab and throws to first in time for the out. 2 great plays by Cody Epley here in the 9th inning. This ball game is over, and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take the series finale 5-3 over the Long Island Ducks to salvage the last game of this 4-game set and end the road trip on a high note. So the Ducks rallied in the 7th. They were able to take the lead, but a tough day for Amalio Diaz as he was unable to get the job done in the 8th inning, allowing 3 runs on 4 hits. And Southern Maryland picks up the win in the series finale to end a 4-game losing skid. Don't go anywhere. Post-game show is coming up next. We'll recap this one and hand out the Player of the Game award. Ducks fall 5-3.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelant Lantini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey PSEG Long Island customers. Want to learn how to save on your electric bill? Here's one way. You can save up to $100 each year by simply replacing 10 incandescent bulbs with CFL or LED bulbs. Want to save even more? Take our online home energy survey. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes to complete, and it may save you hundreds more. Find out about our energy efficiency programs at www.psegliny.com/savemoney.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, the Trout Town fan can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark on this Sunday afternoon, the homestand finale for the Ducks does not end in a positive fashion as the Ducks fall by a final count of 5-3, losing a 3-2 lead by allowing 3 runs in the 8th inning. A tough game for Amalio Diaz. And so Long Island drops this series finale, but they end up taking 3 of 4 over Southern Maryland for their 4th series win of the year and 2nd over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And they finish the homestand with a winning record of 4-3. So the Ducks now 10-3 at home here this year. It's also Long Island's first loss against a Freedom Division opponent this year. They were 9-0 entering today, and their first loss when leading after 7 innings. They were 12-0 entering today in that situation, but could not come up with a victory here in the series finale. Let's recap this game for you. It all started off with the Blue Crabs scoring in the top half of the 3rd inning after neither side was able to score in the first 2. Southern Maryland took advantage with 2 outs in the 3rd. They got a 1-out infield single from Gary Brown, a little dribbler that stayed fair up the third base line, according to the home plate umpire Chris Engstrand. After Lombardozzi struck out for the 2nd out of the inning, Zach Wilson doubled to right center field. That would bring in Brown and make this a 1-0 lead for Southern Maryland. And following that, a 2nd run would come home for the Blue Crabs on an RBI single to left field from Jamar Walton. That would score Wilson. And so the Blue Crabs had a 2-0 lead after 3 innings of play. Ducks got on the board in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dan Lyons reached on an infield single to short, went to 2nd on a pass ball, and then was able to score when Lou Ford doubled over the head of the right fielder Darby Myers. So Ford, with his 12th run batted in of the year, put the Ducks in front at that point by a count, or brought the Ducks on the scoreboard, and that made it a 2-1 ball game. However, Long Island after that Colvin flied to left. Cody Puckett drew a walk. Blake T. Cody a foul pop to the catcher and a strikeout by Blank. So the Ducks left 2 on base. I had forgotten to mention before in the first inning when Lions doubled to left with 1 out. Ford had grounded out and Colvin struck out. So the Ducks at that point had left 3 men on base, including 2 with scoring position. And in the 5th, got a 2-out double from Phelan Lentini. Went to third on a wild pitch, but Dan Lyons struck out. So make it 3 runners left in scoring position over the first 5 innings of the game. It would stay 2-1 all the way until the bottom of the 7th inning. At that point, Brian Burris came back out already over 100 pitches. Burris trying to get through 7. He would walk Mike Blank in a 9-pitch at bat to open the inning. And Blank would be sacrificed to second by Anthony Vega. So the Ducks had a runner at second base, the tying run with 1 out. That is when Jeremy Owens called on Justin Berg to pitch. Matt Wessinger would ground a short. Blank would move to third. And that would be big because a pass ball thrown by Berg that got through the legs of Flores scored Blank from third. And that tied up the ball game at 2. Phelan Lentini would follow with a single to right. The ball would bounce and go over the head of Darby Miles, so a single and an error. And the Ducks had a runner at second base with 2 out for Dan Lyons. He would hit a weak ground ball to short. Lombardozzi fielded and threw off balance, and Lyons was able to be at first safely. The throw went actually wide of Wilson, and when the throw went wide, Lentini was able to score from third. And so the Ducks at that point took a 3-2 lead. Things were looking pretty, just 6 outs away from a sweep of the Blue Crabs. But in the 8th, Amalio Diaz came in relief of Yuri De La Rosa, and he did not have it today. Gave up back-to-back singles to Lombardozzi and Wilson to open the inning. Got a big strikeout of Jamar Walton, but then Darby Myers hit a weak ground ball to the first base side. Colvin picked it up and threw it to the pitcher covering. Warren Nicholson, the first base umpire, said it was just a hair late, so a run. Everybody was safe. The bases were loaded at that point with only 1 out. Bryant Nelson then came to the plate. Amalio Diaz missed with 4 straight pitches, and on the bases loaded walk, the tying run scored. That made it 3-3. Angel Flores, who then came into the game with a 188 batting average, followed with a 2-run single up the middle. And the Blue Crabs took a 5-3 lead at that point. They would go on to win by that score, 5-3, as the Ducks got a leadoff single in the 8th, but could not do anything with it, and went 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. The final totals from this afternoon's game, the series finale between these two teams. For the Blue Crabs, 5 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. They left 7 on base. For the Ducks, 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They also left 7. In relief, the win, Justin Berg improves to 1-3 on the year. The loser is Amalio Diaz. He drops to 1-1. And the save to Cody Epley, his second of the season. The game took 3 hours and 4 minutes in front of 5,443 here at Bethpage Ballpark. Time to hand out today's Player of the Game award, and today we're going to give it to Angel Flores of the Blue Crabs, who finished 2 for 4, including the game-winning hit in the 8th, a 2-run single up the middle off of Amalio Diaz. And so Angel Flores will earn today's Player of the Game honors. We'll take one more break. When we come back, the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll wrap things up here from Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is infielder Matt Wessinger, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Long Island's Ford Giant is bigger and better than ever. Sayville Ford celebrating the grand opening of their new state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's grand opening celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's grand opening savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark one final time here on this homestand as the Ducks fall today in the series finale by a count of 5-3. They still win the series 3 of 4 over Southern Maryland and go 4-3 on this homestand. Ducks will be away for a week before they return on Tuesday, May the 24th. More on that in a moment. First, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Everything else final except for the second game of the doubleheader going on in New Britain right now. Good news for the Ducks is that they don't lose any ground on Somerset. Bad news is they missed a chance to pull within a game and a half as the Patriots fell at home 6-4 to the Lancaster Barnstormers. Scott Gracie got the win in relief for Lancaster. He improves to 2-0 on the year. Kyler Newby allowed 2 runs to the Barnstormers. He suffers the loss to fall to 0-1, and Corey Burns earned his 4th save of the year. Somerset had tied up the ball game in the bottom of the 8th inning, but then gave up 2 in the top of the 9th, and so Lancaster won it 6-4. Josh Whitaker, the only home run of the game, his 4th of the year for Lancaster, and Whitaker led the way with 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. So the Ducks stay within 2.5 games of Somerset. They will play each other Friday through Sunday next week in New Jersey. Revolution were 9-4 winners over the Skeeters today at Peoples Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. Micah Owings, the win with 3 innings of relief, improved to 1-1. Ian Marshall, the former Duck, roughed up for 6 runs in 2 innings, suffers the loss and falls to 0-3. There was no save in the game, and there were also no home runs among the teams. For York, leading the way was Joel Guzman. He had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Andres Perez, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Kent Mathis with 2 runs batted in to lead the way for Sugarland in the loss. Doubleheader today, 2 7-inning games up in New Britain. The Bees took game 1 6-1 over the Bluefish. Brian Dupre, the win, improved to 2-0. The loser, David Anderson, dropped to 0-2. There was no save, no homers in the game. New Britain was led by Craig Maddox at the plate, who was 4 for 4 and had 2 runs batted in. Game 2 of the doubleheader is going on right now. They're in the top of the 2nd inning at New Britain Stadium. The Bees with a 1-0 lead. Jimmy Patterson, the starter for Bridgeport, while Cole Johnson is the starter for New Britain. Craig Maddox is at it again, a hit and a run batted in thus far for New Britain in Game 2. Major League Scoreboard, Yankees come from behind. They defeat the Chicago White Sox 7-5, and a big series win again for the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, who are starting to turn things around slowly but surely. Winning pitcher today for the Yankees was Dellin Betances in relief. Despite blowing a save, he improves to 1-2 on the year. The loser for the White Sox, Matt Albers, he fell to 1-2, and the save goes to Aroldis Chapman, his 3rd, who has been terrific thus far for the Yankees since coming out of his suspension. Carlos Beltran, his 8th home run of the year. Brian McCann, his 5th, leading the way for the Yankees. Adam Eaton hit his 2nd of the year for the White Sox. Mets have a 3-1 lead over the Rockies right now, bottom of the 3rd inning out at Coors Field. Yoenis Cespedes has gone deep, his 12th home run of the year. Michael Conforto, Jacob deGrom each have RBIs. deGrom, the starter for the Mets, and Tyler Chatwood is going for the Rockies. DJ LeMahieu, the RBI for the Rockies. So it's the Mets 3, the Rockies 1, bottom of the 3rd. And later tonight at 7:30 out in Portland, Oregon, it is the defending MLS Cup champion Portland Timbers taking on New York City FC. So that'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard. As we mentioned, the Ducks will hit the road tomorrow. They will fly down to Sugar Land, Texas, and on Tuesday morning they will open up a 4-game in 3-day series against the Sugar Land Skeeters. Kind of wacky timing. Tuesday, 11:05 start. Wednesday, they will have a single admission doubleheader. I say 11:05, that is Central Time, so 12:05 here. Eastern Time is the start for that one. And again, that will start the double. They will play a doubleheader then on Wednesday, single admission doubleheader that will begin at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and then a 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time game on Thursday night. Ducks will then head to Bridgewater, New Jersey on Friday and open up a 3-game weekend set against the Somerset Patriots. Long Island will return home on Tuesday, May the 24th, to open up a 3-game series with the crosstown rival Bluefish. First Ferry Cup Series action at Bethpage Ballpark during the regular season. Grucci Fireworks Extravaganza will follow that one, and tickets are still available at liducks.com, at the Bethpage Ballpark box office, or by calling 631-940-TIXX. That'll do it for us here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Sunday afternoon. Once again, the final score is the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs defeating the Ducks by a final count of 5-3. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be on Tuesday morning, or I should say afternoon, when the Ducks will open up a 4-game and 3-day series in Sugar Land, Texas against the Skeeters. James Atherley will have the call beginning at 12:05 Eastern Time, 11:05 Central Time. You can follow all the action right here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Pregame will begin at 11:50 a.m. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with me. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great rest of your Sunday and your weekend. We'll do it all over again on Tuesday night from the Lone Star State. Good night and so long from Bethpage Ballpark.